Chapter 498. Ling Ying. When Han Chushua saw Ling Ying, she revealed an awkward expression. The awkward thing was that she had come out alone with Lin Xian. Ahem, Chushua. Ling Ying coughed dryly, then looked at Lin Xian, and glared fiercely at him. However, since this was God's arrangement, then Ling Ying wouldn't hold back. It just so happened that Zhao Namfeng wanted to go out and watch a movie with her. Ling Ying could reject him, but she would be angry. While they were chatting, she had casually mentioned that there were guests in her house, and that she didn't want to go back so early. She had no choice but to watch a movie now, although she couldn't let Zhao Namfeng take advantage of her. And now, she happened to meet Lin Xian and Han Chushua. This was God's arrangement, so she had to grab hold of this life-saving straw. Lin Xian wasn't afraid at all. He also glared fiercely at Ling Ying. Ling Ying felt a little embarrassed. After all, she really didn't tell Lin Xian that she was eating with another man outside. She had said it in a joking tone, but Lin Xian had actually said it. Therefore, she actually wanted to quickly explain it to Lin Xian. Zhao Namfeng's gaze first fell on Han Chushua. It had to be said that when he looked at her again, Zhao Namfeng was stunned. This woman was really beautiful. She didn't lose out to Ling Ying at all. Then his gaze fell on Lin Xian. Why was it him? How could he be eating alone with Han Chushua? Was there a man in this world who could ask Han Chushua out alone? Even if it was those guys from Tiandu, Han Chushua wouldn't even bother with them. But now that she saw him, she still had to say something. So it's young Master Lin. I didn't expect to meet young Master Lin here. Zhao Namfeng said with a smile, then deliberately moved closer to Ling Ying, as if he was telling Lin Xian that his relationship with Ling Ying was not normal, and that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Zhao Namfeng probably meant that because Han Chushua was next to Lin Xian, and he wasn't sure what their relationship was, he didn't want to be overshadowed by him. So he did this. Lin Xian chuckled. Young Master Feng, nice to meet you. I didn't expect you to come out for dinner with Ling Ying. Ling Ying's mouth opened slightly. They knew each other. After that, she couldn't take it anymore. Although she really wanted to show Lin Xian that she had a good relationship with Zhao Namfeng, and make him jealous, who asked him to come out with Han Chushua. But Ling Ying couldn't do it, so she was scared. That you know each other? If you know each other, I won't introduce you. Namfeng is also my friend from Tiandu, so I'll entertain him. Ling Ying explained to Lin Xian. Zhao Namfeng was also helpless. He originally wanted to pretend and make Lin Xian think that he and Ling Ying were boyfriend and girlfriend, but since Ling Ying said it out loud, there was nothing he could do. I know, young Master Feng. Lin Xian smiled. Ling Ying let out a sigh of relief. Lin Xian didn't seem to have misunderstood anything. It was good that there was no misunderstanding. Zhao Namfeng looked at Lin Xian and asked, Young Master Lin and Chushua are. He was very surprised that Lin Xian was able to eat with Han Chushua alone. Boyfriend and girlfriend? Impossible. How could Han Chushua have a boyfriend? To be honest, he felt that other than himself and the few people from Tiandu, there was no one in China who could match up to Ling Ying and Han Chushua. And a trash from a third-tier city, what was that? Oh, their boyfriend and girlfriend. I forgot to tell you about that. Ling Ying rushed to answer at this time. Lin Xian. Really, Lin Xian was dumbfounded. This Ling Ying was giving him too much face. Then, Ling Ying kept winking at Han Chushua. Han Chushua was stunned at first. Then she seemed to understand something. Ling Ying obviously knew that Zhao Namfeng looked down on Lin Xian. This person, other than the few people from Tiandu, never looked down on anyone. However, Lin Xian was her man. Although it was too much for Lin Xian to eat with Han Chushua, how could she let Lin Xian lose face? Of course, she had to let Lin Xian gain face and let him show off. Otherwise, Ling Ying really couldn't think of any aspect in which Lin Xian could compare to Zhao Namfeng. No, there was an aspect in which Lin Xian could compare to Zhao Namfeng. Shameless. In this world, no one could compare to Lin Xian. However, she would just take it as her compensation for hiding from Lin Xian, that she and Lin Xian went out to eat alone. And obviously, this sentence directly made Lin Xian proud. Lin Xian was so moved that he wanted to cry. This girlfriend was simply too good. Although Zhao Namfeng hadn't done anything to make him lose face, Ling Ying's sentence clearly made Lin Xian above Zhao Namfeng in some aspects. What? Zhao Namfeng couldn't help but shout. His tone was loud. Boyfriend and girlfriend? How was that possible? How could Han Chuxue be pursued by a brat from a third-tier city? Yes, I accidentally got her. Maybe it's because I'm more sincere. Lin Xian smiled. He accepted this face. Awesome. Zhao Nanfeng's eyes were full of contempt just now, but it was gone now. Han Chuxue was only responsible for looking pretty, and didn't say anything. Let these two drama queens act. Of course, in his heart, he still hoped that this boyfriend and girlfriend relationship was real. Zhao Nanfeng's mouth twitched. Had he accidentally chased after her? Did he know what kind of existence this Han Chuxue was? Did he know how many people were chasing her in Tiandu? Did he know what kind of existence those people chasing her were? He even accidentally chased after her. What the F***ck? Although he felt that it was impossible, he really believed it. This Han Chuxue had been in this third-tier city for a few years. Had her standards become so low? If he had known earlier, he could have easily pursued Han Chuxue. Didn't that mean that Ling Ying was the same? Luckily, there was still Ling Ying. It's just that Chushue's house is too big. I'm not used to living in a villa. It's just the two of us living in it, so it's too empty. I suggested that we buy a smaller house, but she thought it was too troublesome, so I went along with her. Han Chuxue. Ling Ying. Great. This bastard was getting more and more intense. He was taking advantage of her. However, Ling Ying actually regretted it, because he also knew that those people chasing Han Chuxue had a lot of power in Tiandu. If things didn't go well, Lin Xian might become the target of public criticism. However, if Ling Longshui was here, Ling Ying also felt a little relieved. If this bastard wants to pretend, then let him. You two are living together? Zhao Namfeng looked as if he had seen a ghost. Living together? What the F***ck? Yeah, isn't it normal for a boyfriend and girlfriend to live together? Lin Xian smiled and said. Han Chushue's little face slightly blushed. Zhao Namfeng swallowed a mouthful of saliva and glanced at Han Chuxue. Blushing? What the F***ck? Han Chuxue blushed. It's over. In other words, this was all true. Does Uncle Han know about this? Zhao Namfeng was obviously asking Han Chuxue. This was too shocking. Zhao Namfeng was a little brother. Chapter 499. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were both trying to hold back their laughter. They were really trying to hold back their laughter. They really didn't know how Lin Xian could say something like that. Lin Xian wasn't considered handsome, but he wasn't ugly either. He was pleasing to the eye, and the more you looked at him, the more you liked him. But in terms of handsomeness, to be honest, out of 10,000 people, 9,900 would say that he was handsome. They had to admit that. The reason why they were trying to hold back their laughter was because Lin Xian's words made them feel that what he said made sense. Lin Xian's words made them feel that way. They had to hand it to him. However, beauty was in the eye of the beholder. No matter how handsome a person was, they would only take a few more glances and evaluate him. The one they really liked was still Lin Xian. Zhao Namfeng was stunned. He wasn't as handsome as Lin Xian. If Lin Xian didn't say that, he would definitely think that Lin Xian was nothing. But when Lin Xian said that, he was momentarily dazed. Was it really that he wasn't as handsome as Lin Xian? He wasn't an idiot. Then he came back to his senses. Lin Xian was indirectly saying that they were ugly. Even if it wasn't to that extent, it meant that they weren't as handsome as Lin Xian. Who would admit that? Young Master Lin, you must be joking. Zhao Namfeng smiled. If it weren't for Han Chuxue and Ling Ying, he would have flipped out. But because they were present, he had to maintain a gentlemanly demeanor. Lin Xian didn't need to, because they knew too well what kind of person Lin Xian was. Lin Xian didn't need to hide himself either. I said that you're uglier than me, and you said that I was joking. Does that mean that young Master Feng doesn't think that you're uglier than me? Lin Xian said aggressively. That's not what I meant. Zhao Namfeng coughed dryly and said. This bastard. He couldn't belittle others, especially in front of the two girls. He just couldn't understand how Lin Xian could be so shameless. If that's not what I meant, then tell me, what do you mean? It's about the same, half and half. What do you think? Zhao Namfeng really didn't know how to answer, so he could only say so. All right, I'll reluctantly agree. Lin Xian nodded. Zhao Namfeng suddenly realized that he had unknowingly placed himself on the same level as Lin Xian, because of what Lin Xian had said. Shouldn't he be the one crushing Lin Xian? This Lin Xian was something. Wife, let's go watch a movie. Lin Xian smiled at Han Chuxue. Han Chuxue was stunned at first, and then her pretty face suddenly turned red. This bastard, what did he call her? Ding. Han Chushua's shyness has been detected. Adonis points plus 10,000. Ding. Ling Ying's displeasure has been detected. Adonis points plus 10,000. That's right, Ling Ying was displeased again. This bastard, what did he call Han Chuxue? Calling her little Chuxue is fine. But now he's calling her wife? Ah. I want to kill someone. Ah. Okay. Okay. Han Chuxue nodded. Perhaps because she was very shy. Or perhaps because she didn't want others to see anything. She turned around and walked out. Ling Ying looked for them, because he wanted to ask them for help. She didn't want to watch a movie with Zhao Namfeng alone. Don't go, let's go together. Ling Ying hurriedly shouted. Ling Ying, the two of them are going to watch a movie. Why are you joining them? Let's watch it together. Zhao Namfeng said to Ling Ying. Hee. I'm usually a third wheel. I'll get used to it. With that, Ling Ying hurriedly chased after them. Lin Xian smiled at Zhao Namfeng and said, It's fine, she's used to being a third wheel. Zhao Namfeng secretly clenched his fist. Young Master Lin, what do you mean? Lin Xian had a confused expression. What? Young Master Feng, what did you say? Why don't I understand? Don't think that it's good news that you're together with Han Chuxue. You're not worthy of Han Chuxue. There are many people in Tiandu who can make you happy in this world. You better be careful. With that, Zhao Namfeng chased after them. Lin Xian laughed in his heart. Yes, he's right. He had to be careful. Those families in Tiandu were powerful. So powerful that Lin Xian was of course afraid. Any one of them could crush Lin Xian with their bare hands. Therefore, Lin Xian was even more determined to establish his own faction. Only Lin Xian had the physique gene medicine and mental gene medicine. But how could it be said? If a person used 5 potions, they would lose their effect. Therefore, these 2 types of potions were useless to Lin Xian. However, for any other martial artist, no matter how low the stats were, they were still necessary. Because there were too few opportunities to increase attributes. Being able to increase them meant that they were superior to warriors of the same realm in certain aspects. So they would definitely be crazily fought over. Attribute increasing medicines were too rare. Even if they could be made, Lin Xian would not consider letting them appear in the market in a short period of time. Just by relying on the usefulness and gimmick of these 2 medicines, they would definitely be able to create a good start for Lin Xian. Using 2 things that were actually useless to him, to let a faction he might establish in the future gain attention in the shortest time possible, and obtain the qualifications to stand shoulder to shoulder with the 3 great factions. Was it a loss? Why would it be a loss? For the sake of humanity, it could be considered, but more importantly, it was for himself. Because Lin Xian had these things that would allow him to establish his own faction in the simplest and fastest way. To him, it was useless to keep them, so why not use them? These things were like treasures to the mainland. Lin Xian had already made up his mind. As for the experts in his faction, Lin Xian naturally considered Ling Long Shui, Ling Longyue and Bing Lingyue. Wasn't this an opportunity? After that, they went to the cinema together. To Lin Xian, tonight was indeed very satisfying. Ling Ying had given him a lot of face, but he was also a little unhappy. Because tonight, Lin Xian wanted to make a move on Han Chuxue. Even if he didn't do anything else, he should at least establish their relationship, right? But now, Lin Xian looked at the cinema and saw Han Chuxue and Ling Ying holding hands. He was jealous. However, in Zhao Nanfeng's eyes, Lin Xian and Han Chuxue were boyfriend and girlfriend. Therefore, Lin Xian had an excuse to sit alone with Han Chuxue. As for Ling Ying, she couldn't be taken advantage of by Zhao Nanfeng. Lin Xian had absolute trust in her. Let's watch this zombie movie. Ling Ying pointed at a movie on the screen and said, Anything is fine. Han Chuxue nodded slightly and said, Then, she looked back at Lin Xian. Lin Xian just happened to walk over. Let's just sit in 2 seats. Lin Xian chose 2 seats. Ling Ying gritted his teeth. F***ck. This bastard. Then I'll sit here. Ling Ying pointed to the other side of Han Chuxue. No. Lin Xian said to Ling Ying. Why? Ling Ying stared at Lin Xian angrily. Chapter 500. Alright then. She had underestimated Lin Xian's shamelessness. Scram scram scram. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian, then said, I want to eat an apple, the kind that's already peeled. Coming. My queen, I'll peel an apple for you. Lin Xian grinned as he helped Ling Ying peel an apple. Here, my queen. Lin Xian handed the apple to Ling Ying. Not bad, little Xianzi. Lin Xian. Hee, as long as my queen is happy. May I ask, is there anything else you want me to do? Help me massage my shoulders. Coming. Lin Xian licked Ling Ying so hard that she felt embarrassed. She was used to serving Lin Xian and helping Lin Xian peel apples, so she felt a little uncomfortable instead. When Han Chuxue walked over, she saw that Lin Xian was actually helping Ling Ying massage her shoulders. Little Chuxue, don't take the ingredients yet. Come over here and let little Xianzi help you massage your shoulders. Han Chuxue was stunned for a moment, then quietly walked over. Lin Xian was actually helping Ling Ying massage her shoulders. This was a little strange. Little Xianzi, go help little Chuxue massage her shoulders. Okay. Lin Xian chuckled as he walked over. How should he put it? For a man to help a girl of this level massage her shoulders. Lin Xian felt that it wasn't punishment, but enjoyment. That fragrance, that soft feeling. TSK. I can't take it anymore. I want to see the sun tonight. Han Chuxue sat on the sofa a little nervously. Then her shoulders were pinched by Lin Xian. Is your strength okay? Lin Xian asked. Han Chuxue was a little shy, then nodded. Damn. Why didn't you ask me if my strength was okay when you massaged me? Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying was unhappy. Lin Xian. Women. This was what women were like. Don't explain, I'll remember it. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian coughed dryly. Wah. It's so hard to be a man. Done. Han Chuxue was not used to being pinched by Lin Xian for more than 10 seconds. Mainly because she was embarrassed. It's not done. How about I help you massage your legs? You have to open your skirt first. Bah. You have to lift it up a little. Ling. Then a fruit knife flew over. Lin Xian turned his head, and the fruit knife flew past his ear and stabbed into the door in the distance. Gulp. Lin Xian swallowed. I will go and prepare. Then Han Chuxue left. Ling Ying then glared at Lin Xian. Do you really want to push Chuxue down now? Lin Xian. No, I have you. How can I still think about her? Lin Xian quickly smiled, then went over to massage Ling Ying's shoulders. Hee. Lin Xian. Don't hee, I'm quite strong, right? Ling Ying did not answer, then thought for a while and said, how about I help you push Han Chuxue down tonight? Lin Xian subconsciously used more strength. If Ling Ying helped, Lin Xian would definitely push her down. Really? Lin Xian asked curiously. Good for you. Ling Ying turned his head and pointed at Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Still pretending. Still saying you don't have any feelings. You don't just want to confess to her. You want to push her down. Cough, I'm just kidding. Humph. Ling Ying walked away angrily. Who can stand this? Lin Xian helplessly shrugged his shoulders, then went to the small courtyard of the villa. The breeze was gentle, and it was late at night in late autumn. It was actually quite cold sitting in the yard, but it was quite refreshing. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue both took a jacket to cover their legs, and then they roasted food there. After all, they were both wearing skirts, and there was a big pervert next to them, who kept staring at their legs. Damn. Chuxue, let's go to the beast domain tomorrow, we can't fall behind. Ling Ying said while roasting the fire. Han Chuxue nodded slightly. She silently looked at Lin Xian, as if she was looking forward to Lin Xian going. Lin Xian saw Han Chuxue's expression and said, I'll think about it tomorrow. I didn't ask you, narcissist. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. Of course, Ling Ying also hoped that Lin Xian would go. Lin Xian didn't have many reasons to think about it. It was just that he had to seize the time to capture Ling Longyue. Right, can't he bring Ling Longyue with him tomorrow? Sure. Moreover, Lin Xian really wanted to go to the beast domain, because he was about to reach the mysterious heaven realm. Just a little bit more. After reaching the mysterious heaven realm, he could directly use the heavenly star fruit to reach the lightning tribulation realm. Perhaps tomorrow night, he would reach the lightning tribulation realm. Thinking about it, this speed of cultivation was a little exaggerated. Lin Xian was also worried when there were so many girls around him. Even if a girl accompanied him for a day, it would be over in a week. Moreover, the first one didn't accompany him for a week. This was very uncomfortable. They couldn't accompany him together, right? Tomorrow, I should be able to reach the mysterious heaven realm 8 star. If I'm lucky, I might even reach the 9th star. Ling Ying said after pondering for a while. They were very eager to reach the lightning tribulation realm. Once they reached the lightning tribulation realm, it would be another big breakthrough. Tomorrow I'll reach the mysterious heaven realm 7 star. Han Chuxue said. We'll talk about tomorrow's matter every day. Little Chuxue, do you still have wine? Do you still want to drink? Han Chuxue glanced at Lin Xian. Sai, I have to drink. Recently, I've been suffering from insomnia. I have to drink to sleep. Okay, I'll go get it. Han Chuxue then walked away. Good, you want to get us drunk again, right? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said with a smile. No, it's more comfortable to drink some wine. You just want to get us drunk, and then do whatever you want. This is what men do all the time, and it's not like you haven't done it before. Lin Xian raised his hand. I swear to God, you were all drunk last time. But I really didn't do anything. And think about it, if I really did it, how would I explain it when you woke up? It's very simple. No matter what you did, you can say that you were drunk, and we can't blame you. Don't think that I don't know. Lin Xian. Wow. Lin Xian put on a sad expression. Sai, okay, since you don't believe me, you don't have to drink. I'll drink by myself, okay? Then Han Chuxue came over with several bottles of red wine. Dear, why are you carrying so many? Ling Ying couldn't help but ask when he saw at least 6 bottles of red wine in Han Chuxue's arms. Drink, don't you want to drink? Ling Ying handed them the bottles. Once upon a time, red wine was placed in a glass and slowly tasted. Now the 3 of them were drinking from a bottle. Lin Xian was embarrassed to do it after Ling Ying said that. Originally, he really wanted to get them all drunk and then do something, but now, forget it. But what if he got drunk? After getting drunk, he wouldn't know what he did and wouldn't feel guilty. What if he succeeded? Chapter 501. The 3 of them drank more and more in the backyard. At first, Ling Ying said that she didn't want to drink. Later, she hugged Lin Xian drunkenly like a boy hugging a brother. She bragged to Lin Xian like a man. Then the 3 of them were drunk. Lin Xian deliberately didn't use his spiritual power to dissolve the drunkenness, so he didn't know what happened. At noon the next day, Lin Xian woke up. Damn, Lin Xian hammered his own head. Last time, he even told them that it was especially comfortable when he was drunk. Comfortable my ass, he had a terrible headache. Then Lin Xian felt the weight on his body, and then he suddenly became energetic. Ling Ying's PA fell asleep on his body. Soft, fragrant, and then the clothes were scattered on the ground. Damn! Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Last night, could it be? What about Han Chuxue? Lin Xian looked around. They were on the sofa in the living room. Lin Xian put the sleeping Ling Ying on the sofa, then covered her with her clothes. He covered his head and walked 2 laps. Then he found Han Chuxue in a white dress sleeping on the lawn in the yard outside. What a pitiful woman! Lin Xian smiled helplessly. He didn't know how he and Ling Ying ended up on the sofa. Han Chuxue was sleeping soundly in the yard. What a pity! Lin Xian felt a little pity. If it was Han Chuxue on the sofa, it would be great. It would save him a lot of trouble. However, if it was her, it would be terrible. Anyway, it was a blessing and a pity. Lin Xian carried Han Chuxue upstairs to her room, then threw her on the bed and left her alone. When they went downstairs, Ling Ying's hair was messy. She hugged her clothes and sat on the sofa, hugging her knees as if she was doubting life. Hearing the commotion behind him, Lingying turned his head and saw Lin Xian. He quickly put on his jacket. We've been married for so long. What are you still shy about? Bastard. Sure enough, your scheme succeeded. Lingying gritted her teeth. How am I scheming? I'm drunk too. Then you deliberately got drunk. Lin Xian shrugged. Well, it was hard to explain. Wait, where's Chuxue? Lingying suddenly realized something. Last night, she was raped. Could it be that Han Chuxue? Just now, Lin Xian obviously came down from upstairs. Then, Lingying ran upstairs barefooted. After less than 10 seconds, a roar came. Lin Xian, I'm going to kill you. Lingying rushed down with a pillow. Lin Xian. Hey, what are you doing? Calm down, calm down. Lin Xian was then crazily chased by Lingying. Don't run. Lingying panted. She didn't know how long she chased. Anyway, she was tired. This Lin Xian actually used the space attribute to hide from her. I say, wife, calm down. What did I do? Lin Xian asked with a confused face. Don't you know what you did? Lin Xian. Still playing dumb, bastard. Last night you pushed Chuxue down. Did it feel good? Lin Xian. Don't misunderstand, I didn't do anything. Lingying saw that Han Chuxue was sleeping soundly in bed. Plus, Lin Xian came down from upstairs. Without thinking, she thought that Lin Xian and Han Chuxue were sleeping upstairs last night. Then she got angry. Of course she was angry, but she couldn't do anything to Lin Xian. I didn't. I just woke up with your help. Lingying. Then I walked around and saw Han Chuxue sleeping on the lawn in the yard, so I carried her to her room upstairs. As soon as I came down, you rushed up and wanted to chop me. What did I do? Lin Xian put on an aggrieved look. Lingying froze for a moment. Really? Damn. What else? You really think I did something to Han Chuxue? I don't believe it. A man's mouth was full of lies. It would be strange if she believed it. Then how do you believe me? If you don't believe me, you can go upstairs and check. I'm really innocent. Sob, sob, sob. How do you want me to check? Lingying's little face turned red. Damn. You're asking me how to check. Do you want me to take you to check? Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Lingying. Okay. I'll believe you this time. I can't let it end like this. You don't believe me, you framed me. And you even hit me. I feel wronged. Lin Xian then sniffed. Okay, be good. Lingying patted Lin Xian's head. Hiss, damn. Don't be disgusting. I'm going to take a shower. Lingying couldn't take it anymore, and went to the bathroom. Who? In the bathroom? Lingying looked at himself in the mirror and sighed. It was a mess. At that moment upstairs she was really angry. She had already thought it through. Even if Lin Xian did something to Han Chuxue she wouldn't care. But when she saw her she was angry. It seemed that she really didn't think it through. But then again, how could a girl be indifferent to such things? But fortunately, Lin Xian didn't disappoint her. That's it. I'll leave the future to time. Lingying shook his head slightly. After that, Lin Xian also took a shower and then went home. Lingying stayed with Han Chuxue to take care of her first. They were going to go to the beast domain together at night. As for whether Lin Xian would go or not, it would depend on the situation. Little fairy. When he got home he saw Linya making lunch. Come back and drink some water. I made lunch for you too. Is Littling not here? Linya asked gently. She's at Han Chushua's house. You don't have to do it for her. And this was also Linya's considerate side. Most of the time, Lin Xian wouldn't come home. Sometimes, she would ask Lin Xian if he was coming home. Sometimes she wouldn't ask, because she wanted to know if Lin Xian was busy. When she didn't ask, Linya would always make Lin Xian's meal. If he didn't come, Linya would treat it as her next meal. Anyway, she hoped that Lin Xian would have food to eat when he came home. Little fairy, your attribute power, Lin Xian asked. Hearing this, Linya was a little excited. Last night, Linya helped me do it. Look. Linya then stretched out her hand and condensed cold energy in her palm. Then, a layer of frost formed on the kitchen wall. Seeing this, Lin Xian smiled. This is great. Now Lin Xian had one less thing to worry about. When the time comes, you can communicate more with Bing Lingyue. If you have time, you can communicate more with Miss Xiao. They both cultivate cold energy. And Han Chuxue, they are both experts in ice control. Learning from them will be very helpful. Ling Yi nodded. She was also very happy. If she became stronger, she could help Lin Xian, and not be a burden to him. Chapter 502. Lin Xian was in so much pain that he jumped up. Bastard! How dare you have designs on my sister? How dare you? Ling Longhua pointed at Lin Xian and said angrily. In her eyes, there was no man in this world who was worthy of her sister, no matter what race she was. Although she did not listen to Ling Longshua's words, in her eyes, Ling Longxue was the most beautiful. The truth was that she was indeed too beautiful. Ling Longyue wouldn't be happy if those powerful people were pursuing her sister. However, she wouldn't stop them. After all, even though she felt that she wasn't worthy, her sister had the right to fight for her own happiness. However, if it was Lin Xian, she could not be blamed for being angry. He was so weak and was still a human. What right did he have to say such things to her sister? Therefore, when she heard Lin Xian's words, she was very angry and pinched him. Lin Xian cried out in bitterness. Other sisters-in-law would cheat their sister and help the man pursue her sister. In the worst case, the sisters would be together. But Ling Longyue, don't mention it. You are. Ling Longxue scolded. Ling Longyue then pouted her little mouth, full of grievance. She really felt wronged. She was clearly doing it for her sister, but she was scolded by Ling Longxue. It was not that Ling Longxue did not understand the meaning of Ling Longyue's words, but she was more concerned about Lin Xian's words. In fact, even if they were not talking about the goatskin scroll, Ling Longxue would not say anything to Lin Xian. Perhaps she was used to it, or perhaps she felt that it was nothing. If it was when they first met, Lin Xian would have flown away by now. Lin Xian rubbed his thighs and then stared at Ling Longyue. Ling Longyue felt a sense of déjà vu from Ling Ying, and stared back at Lin Xian without fear. Ling Longxue asked expectantly, "Is that true?" Lin Xian nodded. "That should be right, but the conditions I just mentioned are also true. You said that you would agree to anything." Ling Longxue. How would she have known that this bastard would make such a rude request? No, it was because of this bastard that he made this request. What I mean is anything like a spirit artifact is fine. Ling Longxue realized that what she had just said was wrong. Then Lin Xian, that bastard, caught her in the act. She really had to be careful when chatting with this bastard. I don't care. That's not what you said just now. You said that you don't care about anything. Then I will make you my wife. If you agree, I will help you get the other quarter of the parchment scroll. If you don't agree, I won't take it. Moreover, in my heart, you will become a person who doesn't keep her words, and is not responsible for her words. Lin Xian said with a very reasonable expression. Ling Longxue. Logically speaking, she had just said it casually. She didn't think in that direction at all. She was only thinking that she would be willing to give up her precious spirit artifact. Why did she feel that there was something wrong with what Lin Xian said? You think too much. Ling Longxue said softly. All right, then in my heart, you have become a woman who doesn't take responsibility for her words. Xiao Linglong, you have become less perfect really. Ling Longxue. It had been a long time since she had the urge to strangle Lin Xian. Ling Longxue took a deep breath and looked at Lin Xian seriously. This map is really important to me. You are also very important to me. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Longxue didn't have much of a reaction. Ling Longhua went crazy. She couldn't do anything to Lin Xian. She hugged a pillow and punched it crazily as if it was Lin Xian. I'll beat you to death. I'll beat you to death. Lin Xian. This girl, did she have to be so cute? What was this called? This was a classic example of incompetent rage. Ling Longxue didn't know how to tell Lin Xian. Become Lin Xian's wife. How could that be? Even if the parchment was important, she couldn't sell herself, right? No. Ling Longxue was still very principled. Lin Xian muttered to himself. Actually, I really want to help you. Little Bing Bing, can you feel my eagerness to help Xiao Linglong? Lin Xian looked at Bing Lingyue. Bing Lingyue smiled gently and nodded. Yes. Sister Bing, Why are you helping this bastard? Ling Longyue pouted and said. Bing Lingyue chuckled and said, it doesn't matter. Oh. Look, little Bing Bing said that she can feel my eagerness to help you. Just promise me. I'll immediately get the parchment for you. No. Ling Longyue said. A toad wants to eat swan meat. Ling Longyue snorted. Don't talk. Come over here quietly and massage my shoulders. Ling Longyue felt wronged and angry. But she had to listen to Lin Xian. This was so infuriating. Then she unwillingly went behind Lin Xian and massaged his shoulders. How about this? Lin Xian thought for a moment and said, I won't ask you to be my wife. When the time comes, you'll give me a chance to pursue you. Is that okay? Lin Xian never thought that it would be so easy to get Ling Longyue. If he first asked her to be his wife, she would definitely not agree. Then he lowered the requirements, and she would most likely agree. If Lin Xian directly asked for a chance to pursue her, she would still not agree. That was why this was all about technique. Lin Xian was preparing for the future. In the future, he would have to pursue Ling Longyue. First, he would lay the groundwork so that it would be useful in the future. Ling Longyue hesitated. Giving him a chance to pursue her was her problem. Whether he could pursue her or not was also her problem. Anyway, Lin Xian could not pursue her. So what if she gave him a chance? Okay. She then looked up at Lin Xian and nodded. You said it. Ling Longyue nodded. Sister, how could you agree to him? He's very bad. Ling Longyue said in confusion. Be obedient. If you don't listen, I'll increase the number of days. Ding. Feeling Ling Longyue's displeasure, Adonis points plus 10,000. Really? She really wanted to twist Lin Xian's head off behind him. Yes, but whether I can pursue her or not is another problem. Ling Longyue continued. Then I didn't ask you. Just wait to become my Lin family's wife. Wahahaha. Lin Xian then put his hands on his waist and laughed. Ling Longyue secretly shook her head. I really don't know where you get your confidence from. Lin Xian turned his head. Don't talk nonsense. Just massage my shoulders. Ling Longyue. Where's the parchment scroll? Ling Longyue asked. Lin Xian, give me a few days. I'll get it for you. Okay. Chapter 503. In the afternoon, Lin Xian went to accompany Miao Xiaomiao and went to visit Wang Xintong. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi were working hard to cultivate in the Sky Martial Court. Compared to the beginning, everyone was much more hardworking and stronger. The sky gradually darkened. Lin Xian did not eat dinner and went to Ling Longxue's place. When Ling Longyue opened the door and saw Lin Xian, her face fell. Damn, isn't your expression changing a little too much? What's wrong? Why are you so unhappy to see me? Lin Xian glanced at Ling Longyue and walked in. You sound like you're talking nonsense. Ling Longyue said, and jumped onto the sofa to watch the television. Lin Xian looked into the kitchen. Ling Longyue was holding a recipe in one hand and a spatula in the other. She was stir-frying a dish, and Bing Lingyue seemed to be learning from her. It also seemed like she was helping her. These two girls were becoming more and more ordinary. However, it was good to be ordinary. Your two sisters are learning how to stir-fry? At the mention of this, Ling Longyue's face fell again. Don't mention it. It's disgusting. Every time I eat it, they ask me if it's good. Don't they know if it's good or not? I'm so angry. Ling Longyue said aggrievedly. It's fine. I'll cook for you in the future. Lin Xian said casually, and took a bite of an apple. When Ling Longyue heard Lin Xian's words, it was as if she had seen a ghost. You're so kind. Lin Xian smiled and said, Of course, you have to serve me first. Ling Longyue's face fell. Alright. For the sake of her space attribute, she would endure it. Then, Lin Xian walked into the kitchen. Of course, the two girls knew that Lin Xian was here, but they couldn't stay idle. Cooking a simple dish was even more unexpected than fighting a battle. Xiao Linglong, you shouldn't flip the dishes like this. Come, let me teach you. Lin Xianran walked over and held Ling Longshue's slender jade-like hand, teaching her step by step. Ding! I think he took advantage of this big sister. Prince Charming points plus 20,000. Ling Longxue didn't react at first. Then, She realized that she seemed to have been taken advantage of. Then, she looked up at Lin Xian's side profile. She couldn't tell if this person was doing it on purpose, or if he really wanted to teach her. In the end, she chose not to say anything. Bing Lingyue seemed to have seen more clearly than Linglong Shui. She had a slight smile on her face, as if she understood something. Soon a simple dish was cooked. As for the taste, it was saved by Lin Xian. It was not bad. Anyway, Ling Longyue felt that it was more delicious than before. After eating, they didn't wash the dishes. Instead, they sat on the sofa and chatted. "Little brat, help me massage my shoulders," Lin Xian said to Ling Longyue. Ding! You can sense Ling Longyue's dissatisfaction. Prince Charming points plus 10,000. Who are you calling a little brat? I'm older than your grandfather. Ling Longyue stared at Lin Xian. Quick, quick, quick. Oh! Then, Ling Longyue went over and massaged Lin Xian's shoulders. After all, she promised to serve Lin Xian for 7 days. If she didn't even massage his shoulders, what else could she do? Lin Xian was laughing in his heart. Awesome. The feeling of being able to tame this kind of arrogant and pampered little girl was indescribably satisfying. Although she wasn't completely obedient yet, the feeling was still pretty good. Massage my legs. Lin Xian placed his legs on the coffee table. Ling Longyue gritted her teeth and went over to massage his legs. The other 2 girls saw this and didn't know what to say. As for Linglong Shui, she was happy. This little sister of hers was too spoiled. Lin Xian treating her like this was actually doing her a huge favor. Anyway, she really didn't know how to discipline Linglong Shui. Lin Xian. Linglong Shui suddenly thought of something and looked at Lin Xian. What's wrong? Lin Xian pointed to the other side of his leg, indicating for Linglong Shui to massage the other side. Then he looked at Linglong Shui. Linglong Shui took out a piece of parchment and passed it to Lin Xian. Lin Xian took it. This? Lin Xian frowned slightly. Yesterday, I went back home and found this. It seems to be an ancient map of the Void Fox clan, but it's divided into 4 parts. I have 2 with me, and the rest are missing. Maybe it's with the Fae, or maybe it's in an unexplored place, or maybe it's with you humans. You know more than I do, so I hope that if it's possible, I'll ask you to search for this map on a large scale. I'll pay a high price for it. Linglong Shui had changed a lot compared to the past. In the past, when she spoke to Lin Xian, she really wouldn't use words like please or please. She had always been a high and mighty cold goddess. But now she was still cold but much gentler. However, it seemed like this was only with Lin Xian. When she went out, she was still the same. In any case, Lin Xian felt that it was a big change. Moreover, Linglong Shui's favorability towards him had inexplicably increased to 39 points. There were only 11 points left before the confession favorability threshold. Linglong Shui's favorability towards Lin Xian had always been at 0, but now it had increased to 5 points. Was it because as they spent more time together, their favorability would slowly increase? As for Bing Lingyue, it was a little special. Are you sure this is your family's parchment? Lin Xian asked. Linglong Shui nodded. This. I think I have seen a quarter of it somewhere. Actually, Linglong Shui knew about it as well. At that time, Lin Xian had helped Linglong Shui auction the Heaven's Wrath needle and a parchment scroll. Perhaps Linglong Shui didn't care. But Lin Xian had a few rounds with Chun Chung at that time. Therefore, Lin Xian had seen it clearly. It was obviously the same as the one in Linglong Shui's hands. Other than the picture on it, everything else was different. I know where a quarter of it is. Really? Linglong Shui's beautiful eyes lit up. This item was very important to her. If I get it, what will you use to exchange it with me? Lin Xian smiled and asked. Anything is fine. To Linglong Shui, even if it was some of her most valuable treasures, it wouldn't matter. Because this item was related to her race, her obsession. Anything is fine? Lin Xian smirked. When Linglong Shui saw Lin Xian smirk, her heart skipped a beat. Then you can be my wife. Ouch! Just as Lin Xian finished speaking, Lin Xian couldn't help but cry out. Linglong Shui directly pinched his thigh. Chapter 504. The matter of pursuing Ling Longshui was temporarily buried. When the time comes and her favorability reaches 50, Lin Xian would make his move. If he fails, he would continue. Ling Longshui was different. As long as Ling Longshui's favorability reached 50, Lin Xian could pursue her crazily. She was different from the other girls, because Lin Xian had a deep conversation with her before. Because of this, Lin Xian could be shameless. Moreover, in their eyes he was a scoundrel. Lin Xian did not believe that when the time came, he would not be able to take down Ling Longshui. When the time came, he would take her down, and make her obediently become the leader of the force he was about to establish. If she joined, then Bing Lingyue and Ling Longyue would definitely not be a problem. Now, Lin Xian looked at his phone, and then turned to look at the unhappy Ling Longyue and said, "I'm preparing to make a trip to the beast domain. Follow me." "Why? If you're going, go alone? What does it have to do with me?" Ling Longyue said unhappily. "Disobedient?" Ling Longyue met Ling Longshui's eyes and then deflated. "Got it. Don't be willful outside," Ling Longshui reminded. "Got it." Ling Longyue felt that she was so pitiful. If not for the fact that everything in the human world fascinated her and made her like it, she would have run away long ago, back to the Thousand Demon Alliance. To be honest, Ling Longyue had fallen in love with the things in the human world. She had never thought that there would be a place that was so fun. There were so many delicious and fun things that she had never seen before. The demon race really did not seem to have any interesting places. "Let's go." Lin Xian then said goodbye to them and left. This was because he was going to the beast domain to raise his cultivation to the lightning calamity realm tonight. With this little girl following them, they might be able to go to some dangerous places. One had to know that this little girl was in the heavenly sovereign realm. At the entrance of Han Chushua's house, the two girls were dressed and leaning against the car waiting for Lin Xian. "I'm coming." Lin Xian waved his hand. The two girls looked over and saw Ling Longyue behind Lin Xian. "Little girl, you're coming too." Ling Ying ran over and pinched Ling Longyue's pink cheeks. Who was she? A void fox, a heavenly sovereign realm elite, was pinched by an ordinary human. How could she tolerate it? If it weren't for the fact that she was a friend, Ling Longyu would have already flipped out. Furthermore, Lin Xian's gaze was warning her. "And let's go play." Ling Ying only knew that Ling Longshui was a very powerful person. As for what kind of person she was, he was not too sure. He only knew that Ling Longyue was Ling Longshui's younger sister. As for how powerful her sister was, he did not know. But since she was so young, she shouldn't be too strong, right? Going to level up with them was not a big deal. "Why are you carrying a backpack?" Han Chishua glanced at her. This little girl was at most 1.5 meters tall, not even 1.5 meters tall. But she was carrying a backpack that was almost as big as her head. "Ask him." Ling Longyue pointed at Lin Xian unhappily. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and said, "I brought some things. There are bedsheets and a bunch of delicious food inside." "Why did you bring bedsheets?" Lin Xian said. "If we have to spend the night, at least there's a comfortable and clean place to lie down outside." "Then can't you put it in the space ring? Do you have to let her carry it?" Ling Ying asked. "Since she came with me, I have to let her have some sense of presence," Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Longyue. "Really? That's so annoying." He could have put everything in the space ring, but he did not want to. He just wanted me to carry it. How can there be such a bad person? "Give me the backpack. I'll put it in the car for you first." Ling Ying took the bag. Then, they got into the car together and sped off into the distance. "Where are we going to level up today?" "Let me tell you. I'm about to reach the lightning tribulation realm." "The starry fruit?" Lin Xian nodded. "It's exaggerated." "What's the starry fruit?" Ling Longyue asked. "Shut up." Ling Longyue. "Wow. I want to kill someone." "The starry fruit was given to him by your sister. Don't you know?" "Huh." Ling Longyue revealed a strange expression. Her sister gave it to him? Then why didn't she know what the starry fruit was? The starry fruit was very perverted. Lin Xian was too lazy to explain, so he told them that he got it from Ling Longshui. "I told you to shut up." Lin Xian glared at Ling Longyue. This little girl secretly clenched her fist. She swore that if she had the chance, she would beat up Lin Xian. Then Ling Ying, who was in the front passenger seat, turned to Lin Xian and said, "We're going to the Luohui Plains. I remember that place. When I was young, it was a very beautiful scenic spot. It's not a scenic spot, it's a grassland. But now it's not as simple as a grassland. Why don't we go to Changfeng City?" Lin Xian said. Ah. The two girls were stunned. "Are you sure?" Ling Ying asked tentatively. "How should I put it? In the demonic beast domain, you can't determine which place is more dangerous. Forests, plains, or cities that have been occupied before. Both are possible. However, their first reaction was that the demonic beasts would be more concentrated and more dangerous in the city. This was because countless houses had been built for the demonic beasts to rest in. Even the demonic beasts that had transformed could live comfortably in the houses. Therefore, under normal circumstances, the feeling that the city gave people might be more dangerous. Changfeng City and Linfeng City were two neighboring cities. They had previously cleared out Linfeng City. Although they failed in the end, they still killed a lot of demonic beasts. As for Changfeng City, at most, some experts would go there to gain experience, but there wouldn't be a situation where a large number of martial artists would enter. Therefore, it might be very dangerous. Lin Xian nodded. If it was in the past, Lin Xian would still choose the Luohui Plains. But now, with the little girl in the heavenly venerable realm behind him, he could rest assured. Moreover, as long as they went to a certain area in the city, there would be demonic beasts of the same level that they wanted to fight. We're more familiar with this kind of environment in the city. Relatively speaking, there might be more monsters. There are also more mysterious heaven realm demonic beasts. Alright, let's go to Changfeng City. But it might be very dangerous. What are you afraid of? I have the space attribute. You have the dark attribute. And Chushua has the ice attribute. Can't we run? In fact, he was more confident because of the little girl behind him. Alright, then we'll listen to you. But if we really encounter a law realm, or even a domain realm is possible, do you still have Heaven's Wrath needles? No, not as arrogant as you. Arrogance is a kind of attitude in life. It's also my habit. Get lost, don't be embarrassed. Chapter 505. In the end, Ling Ying and Han Chushua listened to Lin Xian and drove towards Changfeng City. Along the way, there were many demonic beasts chasing after them. This was a very normal phenomenon. If they could catch up, they would have to get out of the car to deal with the demonic beasts. Otherwise, it would be very dangerous for them to stay in the car. As long as the demonic beasts' realm was high enough, they could use their demonic techniques to destroy the car. Once the car exploded, unless they reacted quickly and escaped with Lin Xian or Ling Ying, they would definitely be seriously injured. It was much more dangerous than not driving, because the force of the car explosion was much stronger than the force of the explosion. However, unless they were extremely unlucky, or the road was really difficult to drive, it would be very difficult for them to encounter demonic beasts that could catch up to them. Those that could catch up could be done by those in the mysterious heaven realm. However, those in the mysterious heaven realm could be easily killed. What realm are you in? On the way, they were naturally chatting. Ling Ying asked curiously. Heaven. Cough, cough. Ling Longyue was about to tell them her realm to scare them when Lin Xian quickly interrupted her. Heaven what? Lin Xian hurriedly said. It's the profound sky realm. She's talking about the profound sky realm. Lin Xian did not want them to know that this girl was in the sky sovereign realm. Unless they really had no choice but to expose Ling Longyue, Lin Xian did not want to cause any more trouble. Although they were all on the same side, how could he explain this? Such a small lowly was in the sky sovereign realm? Ling Ying did not suspect anything. Mysterious heaven realm, everyone is so powerful now. Ling Ying said with slight surprise. Miao Xiaomiao and Ling Longyue, such a small lowly mysterious heaven realm. They were also in the mysterious heaven realm. Of course, in the God's child system, realm did not mean everything. If you could reach the mysterious heaven realm at the age of 3, as long as you wanted to, what was the point? Nothing. What one really needed was strength, combat power, and control over one's attributes. Just having a high realm was completely useless. It says so. Ling Longyue said proudly. When the time came, and they found out that he was a heavenly venerable, he would scare them to death. Wahahaha. You're too modest. When I was your age, I was only in the spirit condensation realm. Ling Ying tilted his head, and thought for a while before saying softly. Actually, Ling Longyue wanted to say that she was several generations older than her ancestor. Humans lived for 100 years, while demons lived for 100 years. However, even the void fox who had lived for 1,000 years was only a little lowly like Ling Longyue. In terms of age ratio, Ling Longyue, who had lived for 1,000 years, was only a little human girl. There was nothing wrong with that. But right now my realm is the highest. Wahahaha. Lin Xian laughed arrogantly. Don't be so arrogant. It won't be long before I shake you off. Ling Ying said. Oh, I can reach the lightning tribulation realm tonight. What about you? If you force me, I won't go home from the demonic beast domain. That won't do. Are you scared? Are you afraid that I'll surpass you? Ling Ying laughed proudly. No. That's not what I'm afraid of. Lin Xian said. And? Ling Ying didn't understand what Lin Xian meant. Lin Xian coughed dryly. Let's not talk about it anymore. Say it. What do you want to say? Ling Ying couldn't stand it when people stopped talking halfway. It's hard to say. Hard to say. Since there was something Lin Xian couldn't say? In fact, Lin Xian wasn't afraid of Ling Ying catching up to him. Lin Xian couldn't wait for Ling Ying to catch up to him. The more powerful his woman was, the more relieved he would be. However, if she stayed in the demonic beast domain every day to level up, who would warm his bed? Han Chuxue? And it seemed that he couldn't push her down for the time being. Lin Xian was glad that the mission to confess to Han Chuxue had changed. The 1-month deadline had been refreshed. Otherwise, there wouldn't be much time left. Ling Ying didn't force Lin Xian. Since Lin Xian didn't want to say it, it should be hard for him to say it. Oh right. Be careful of that Zhao Nanfeng. Ling Ying suddenly thought of something and said. I know. I mean, it's not just him. There are many people chasing after Chuxue and Tiandu. Their family background isn't small either. I'm guessing that he has already sent the news of Chuxue being taken by you to Tiandu. I'm afraid it won't be long before you're in trouble. I'll deal with it as it comes. For my girlfriend, I'm willing to give up everything. Hey. Enough. Acting is acting. Why are you taking it seriously? Now you're calling her your girlfriend? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Han Chuxue, who was driving, blushed slightly. That's right. He still wants to chase after my sister. Ling Longyue nodded her head and said with dissatisfaction. What? You still want to chase after Ling Longyue? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian. Cough cough. Lin Xian suddenly coughed awkwardly. I'm just kidding. Lin Xian said bitterly. Then he stared at Ling Longyue and said. From now on, when we reach Changfeng City, you can't say a word. Ling Longyue remembered that she had to listen to Lin Xian's words, and could only swallow her anger. I guess you only have the heart, but not the guts, Ling Ying said. Lin Xian was going to chase after Ling Longyue. Although she wasn't familiar with Ling Longyue, and didn't know how Lin Xian and Ling Longyue knew each other, she roughly knew that the girl who crushed the evil fiend shrine's heavenly venerable powerhouse in the Tianhua Academy's recording studio was Ling Longyue. In other words, Ling Longyue was either a high-level heavenly venerable or a higher virtual realm. To be honest, she was very surprised. But Lin Xian was going to chase after Ling Longyue? To be honest, it wasn't that Ling Ying looked down on Lin Xian. Ling Longxue's temperament, appearance, strength, or even status. Ling Ying felt that no man in this world could match up to her. How beautiful did a girl have to be to convince others? It wasn't that she had a lot of suitors, but that other girls who were as beautiful as her were envious of her. And now, Lin Xian was saying that he was going to chase after Ling Longyue? Ling Ying believed that Lin Xian definitely had this intention. Any man would want to have a girl like Ling Longyue. She was already a true fairy, a goddess. What were those goddesses on planet Aqua Blue compared to Ling Longyue? Those goddesses were like country bumpkins in front of Ling Longyue. Ling Ying himself felt inferior in front of Ling Longyue. This woman was too noble. So noble that he didn't dare to look her in the eye. Lin Xian had this intention, but he couldn't do it. Normal men would feel inferior in front of such a woman, let alone chase after her. Of course, Lin Xian could be shameless. Ling Ying also knew that he was shameless, but being shameless was one thing. How could he be shameless enough to chase after such a woman? Impossible. She might be in the higher virtual realm. He really wasn't worthy. He really didn't dare to chase after her. Therefore, Ling Ying didn't panic. He didn't think that Lin Xian and Ling Longshui would have any progress unless he wanted to die. Chapter 506. About an hour later, they saw the silhouette of Changfeng City in the night. Longwen City and Linfeng City were neighboring cities. Back then, they were attacked by demon beasts at the same time. Therefore, the current Longwen City was still relatively new. Even if people were to move in and renovate it, it wouldn't be a problem. After all, it hadn't been too long. Let's park the car here. I'm worried that it would be too conspicuous to drive into the city. Han Shushua said. Okay. Then, they stopped about 300 meters away from the nearest house and got out of the car. The bag is too big. Ling Longyue carried the bag and looked at Lin Xian with dissatisfaction and grievance. Then keep it, Lin Xian said to Ling Longyue. Ling Longyue's mouth opened slightly. So nice. She felt that Lin Xian was deliberately making things difficult for her. You said it. And keep it. Then, Ling Longyue kept the bag that was almost bigger than her into her spatial artifact and followed them into Changfeng City. I used to live here. Ling Ying sighed. Allah, you used to live here? Lin Xian really didn't know this. Anyway, in Lin Xian's memory, this body had always been in Tianhua City. Ling Ying nodded. Yes, when Chu Xue and I came here from Tiandu, the first city we saw was Changfeng City. Later, we also experienced a demon beast attack. That scene was really scary. Ling Ying didn't want to recall that scene. Han Shushua nodded slightly. Cries of despair, cries. How many people saw their loved ones being torn to pieces? But they were helpless and could only run for their lives. Han Shushua muttered to herself. I haven't seen this before. Lin Xian said. Maybe, but I hope it never happens. But it's impossible. Tianhua City might be the next. Ling Ying sighed. Forget it, let's not talk about this. We'll deal with it when the time comes. Let's increase our strength first. Then they entered Changfeng City. Without human habitation, there was no light in the city. The only light that could be seen came from the eyes of monsters in the dark. Let's find a big building. If we fight on the streets, we might attract dozens or even hundreds of demonic beasts. It might be dangerous. Ling Ying said. Isn't it better to have tens or hundreds of them? Whoosh. Lin Xian said as he threw out a heavenly thunder flash. A demonic beast hiding behind a stone pillar in front of the restaurant was directly blasted to death. He was only at the spirit condensation realm. F*CK. You are very arrogant now. You're getting cocky. Ling Ying exclaimed. As a martial artist, they had to be careful when grinding in the demonic beast domain. They had to be as careful as possible. If they made a big commotion, they might attract a group of demonic beasts. Of course, they didn't have to care too much about the strong ones. However, they were only at the mysterious heaven realm. They had to be very careful. As for Lin Xian, it was too high profile for them to attack on the streets. They had been grinding outside for so many years, and had never dared to be so high profile in the city. They would quietly sneak into a building and kill the demonic beasts inside. Even if other demonic beasts were attracted, at least they could enter through the two doors. Just like on the streets, in every alley, every building by the roadside, in every direction, dozens of demonic beasts could sense the commotion. Who could withstand this? The reason why Lin Xian dared to be so arrogant was because he knew that they had a little girl at the heavenly venerable realm protecting them. It's a little arrogant, Han Shushua said quietly. Then a beautiful light sword appeared in her hand. Ling Ying did the same, because dozens of demonic beasts had already gathered around them in a short period of time. They walked out from the various storefronts, or stood on top of the wall tiles. Lin Xian smirked. This is awesome. Dark, ice, and my lightning are all attributes that can be used in large-scale battles. We can't waste such a good attribute to grind. I hope we can go back alive tonight." After Ling Ying finished speaking, his figure disappeared like a ghost. In the next instant, he appeared on the head of a black tiger, more than 10 meters behind him, as if he had teleported. Then he chopped off its head with his sword. Lin Xian held 1,000 evils in his hand and rushed to the front. Then he unleashed lightning. Han Chuxue rushed to the demonic beasts that came out from the other storefronts and slashed. As for Ling Longyue, she pretended not to see anything. Holding a bag of tomato-flavored potato chips in her hand, she jumped onto a tree branch and sat on it. She swung her legs and ate the potato chips. In a short period of time, all the demonic beasts in the surroundings were cleared. "Are you still saying that there are too many demonic beasts now?" Lin Xian came over and said. "That's because these demonic beasts are all in the spirit focus realm. Come and take a look at a group of mysterious heaven realm." Ling Ying walked over and said, "Then let's go further ahead." After saying that, Lin Xian walked forward. In the city, the more prosperous the place, the higher the grade of the demonic beasts. Just like humans, everyone likes to live in good places. Most of the demonic beasts do not like damp places. Of course, they would prefer to live in houses with better moisture resistance. Those high-rise buildings would naturally have better effects. Crazy. This is the first time I've come here to grind so high profile. Ling Ying was a little flustered. He's not that hot-headed. He must have a certain amount of confidence before he dares to do this. Then, let's follow him. Han Chuxue said. All right. Hey you Air, why aren't you grinding? Ling Ying asked Ling Longyue in surprise. Ling Longyue said, I'm just here to be a bystander. Don't worry about me. This was strange. If they were not here to grind, then what were they here for? Time ticked by slowly. They were now at the pedestrian street area. Generally speaking, the pedestrian street area was more prosperous. That was why there were many buildings here. They were at a fork in the road. Along the way, their experience points had increased by quite a bit. When Ling Ying saw Lin Xian stop in the middle of the road, she was stunned. Lin Xian couldn't be planning to grind here, right? Is he crazy? Hey Lin Xian, what are you doing? Ling Ying quickly ran to Lin Xian's side. I'm farming here. We'll stay here tonight. There's no need to go anywhere else. Lin Xian said honestly. Are you crazy? This is a fork in the road. There are many shopping malls, cinemas, supermarkets, and other big buildings around. If we fight here, we will be surrounded by hundreds of demonic beasts in a short period of time. There will definitely be a lot of mysterious heaven realm demonic beasts. There might even be tribulation realm demonic beasts. Trust me, hundreds of demonic beasts. This kind of battle is equivalent to 2 days of grinding outside. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and said seriously, Are you serious? Trust me. Phew, Ling Ying took a deep breath. Chapter 507. To be honest, she felt that she was crazy. Even a tribulation realm cultivator would not dare to kill monsters like this, right? However, she felt that Lin Xian was confident in winning. Then, she would risk her life to accompany him. Alright, following that, Ling Ying walked towards Lin Xian. Han Chuxue did not say anything, and the three of them stood together. Wait a minute. Lin Xian then ran towards Ling Longyue. Little Yaya, everyone's safety is in your hands. You only said that you want me to serve you. You didn't say that I have to help them. 1 day off. Deal. Then, Ling Longyue jumped to the side of the road and sat there with her high IQ. Ling Longyue is really here to be a bystander? Ling Ying saw Lin Xian walking over and asked in surprise. Lin Xian nodded. And let her be a bystander. Let's prepare for battle. This is for you. Then, Lin Xian handed each of them a few spirit recovery pills. Don't be stingy with your spiritual energy. Use it boldly. We will cooperate. All right. We will listen to you. You are the boss. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian smiled and said, You should know how to cooperate, right? I don't need you to teach me. Then, I will lure the monsters. There were already some monsters eyeing them from afar. But they didn't come over. Monsters also had intelligence, and the higher their level, the higher their intelligence would be. After Lin Xian finished speaking, lightning erupted from his body. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Bolts of lightning bombarded the buildings in the distance, and the shopping mall. Crash! The glass in the shopping mall was shattered and flames burned inside. The walls and the glass fell to the ground. It was a mess for a moment. The monsters that were resting in the building all ran out, and saw the three of them in the middle of the 5 forked roads. I must be dreaming. Ling Ying saw more and more monsters gathering around, and eyeing them covetously. He felt a chill down his spine. In the short span of a minute, no less than 200 of these monsters had appeared. Most of them were at the spirit condensation realm and arcane body realm, so they were able to kill them in an instant. However, there were also quite a few of them at the profound heaven realm. 20 to 30 was a certainty, and profound heaven stage demon beasts were capable of killing them. For example, Lin Xian was a mystic heaven stage 9-star demonic beast. A mystic heaven stage 6-star demonic beast might be able to kill Lin Xian. Are you ready? Lin Xian smirked. Done. Then, whoosh. Lin Xian then threw a heavenly thunder flash at a group of demonic beasts dozens of meters away. Boom. Thunder rumbled. Because Lin Xian took the initiative to attack, the beast horde, which had been eyeing them covetously, seemed to have felt the humans' provocation the moment Lin Xian's attack landed. Then they roared and rushed over. Begin. Who? Ling Ying took a deep breath, and the darkness attribute energy in his body began to rise rapidly. Fixed image. The darkness attribute energy exploded. To be honest, this was the first time she released such a large area of effect. In an instant, all the demonic beasts within 100 meters were fixed in place. Freezing sky and freezing ground. Then, Han Chushua's delicate body exploded with terrifying cold energy. Since Lin Xian asked them not to be stingy with their spirit energy, then they would use it. Hundreds of demonic beasts were instantly frozen. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Then, the three of them charged at the demonic beasts in 3 different directions. 5 thunder celestial phenomenon. Boom. Purple thunder rumbled in the dark night. Those demonic beasts that were fixed and frozen did not have time to resist, and were instantly killed by Lin Xian. On the other side, Ling Ying's figure turned into the fastest ghost in the dark night. One could only see the afterimages and light she brought. Then, one would realize that Ling Ying's figure was already far away from those demonic beasts. It was as if there was a delay. Then, those demonic beasts spat out blood and fell to the ground, killed in an instant. On the other side, Han Chushua's martial arts were basically group attacks. After all, it was the ice attribute. If the ice attribute martial arts were not group attacks, then there was no other martial arts that were group attacks. The ice attribute martial arts should be the one with the most group attacks. The demonic beasts broke free from the ice and the fixed images. When the 2 of them finished, the 3 of them had already killed no less than 100 demonic beasts. Come. Lin Xian looked at the demonic beasts that were charging at him from all directions, and the corner of his mouth curled up. Extreme thunder sky flash. Shwa. Lin Xian waved his sword on the spot, and the extreme thunder sky flash was formed. Thunder array. Boom. An earth-grade thunder martial art. Even if 1-star level was higher than Lin Xian's, there was a chance to instantly kill him. What couldn't Lin Xian instantly kill? So. All kinds of fireballs, ice crystals, and other demonic beasts rushed at Lin Xian. However, those that had not reached Mystic Heaven Realm 4 stars were blocked by Lin Xian's pure defense. After all, he was at Mystic Heaven Realm 9 stars. If things went south, Lin Xian would use Instant Shadow, the space attribute, or even Carefree World to quickly dodge. Thunder Thousand Blaze Slash. Since he had the Spirit Recovery Pill to recover a large amount of spirit energy, Lin Xian was too lazy to conserve spirit energy. The Thunder Thousand Blaze Slash gathered on his sword, and then suddenly slashed out with a purple thunder crescent slash. ZZZ. Everywhere it went, the demonic beasts were instantly killed. On the other side, Ling Ying's battle was also relatively easy. This was because her speed was too fast, and she had the dark attribute. Now that it was night, There were many demonic beasts, but she could use the dark attribute to easily dodge the demonic beast's long-range and close-range attacks. As for Han Chuxue, she had the advantage of control. Hearing Lin Xian's words, she was not stingy with her spirit energy. The ice and snow controlled the demonic beasts until they couldn't move at all. One by one they fell under her sword. At this moment, a mystic heaven realm 8-star violent flame rat suddenly dug out from the ground behind Han Chuxue. Its sharp claws were accompanied by the power of flames. If it hit Han Chuxue, she would be seriously injured or even instantly killed. Han Chuxue felt it, but she didn't have the space attribute or the dark attribute, so she couldn't dodge in time. Shua! A terrifying cold energy suddenly erupted from Han Chuxue's delicate body. Her reaction was already very fast, but her cultivation level was even lower than the ruthless flame rats. She had indeed released a very powerful ice attribute energy, but the ruthless flame rat had also released a demonic technique. The flames all over its body immediately neutralized the cold energy, so the cold energy didn't freeze it. Its sharp claws reached towards Han Chuxue, and Han Chuxue didn't even have time to turn around. At this moment she felt the threat of death. It wasn't that she wasn't strong, but she was facing 3 mystic heaven realm demonic beasts, and a dozen mystic body realm demonic beasts by herself. Her reaction was already very fast when she was suddenly attacked from behind. It's over. At this moment, she felt like her back was going to be pierced through. Shua! In the next moment, Han Chuxue's figure disappeared from where she was standing. Following that, the violent flame rat leaped up and fell down. Boom! At the spot where she was standing, the violent flame rat blasted out a 5-meter deep hole that was still burning with flames. It was enough to see how strong this attack was. Han Chuxue appeared 20 meters away, and she was stunned for a moment. Could it be that Lin Xian's space attribute helped her achieve a space jump? Han Chuxue glanced at Lin Xian, who was still fighting. She wasn't sure. Above the street lamp, Ling Longyue was eating potato chips. She held the life and death of 3 people in her hands. Lin Xian asked her to protect them, so what she had to do was very simple. When they were in danger, she just had to casually release her space energy to help them escape. To her, this was a piece of cake. Chapter 508. As the battle continued, Ling Longyue was their protector. Not only could she teleport them to avoid fatal attacks, she could also teleport away any attacks that were about to land on them. In short, with the strength and the space attribute, one could do whatever they wanted. At the start, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue thought that Lin Xian was using the space attribute to protect them. However, as the battle continued, they felt that something was wrong. Lin Xian was also fighting. How did he manage to protect them while he was fighting? Then, Ling Ying looked at Ling Longyue, who was sitting on the road, swinging her legs and eating potato chips. Could it be her? This Ling Longyue. The first time Ling Ying came into contact with her was at Tianhua Academy. At that time, people from Tianqing Academy came to PK, and Ling Longyue was one of them. As for why she did not participate in the Tianwu Assembly, Ling Ying did not know. Maybe there was such a powerful barrier, and she was too lazy to participate? She did not like it. That was also possible. However, she remembered that Lin Xian and Ling Longyue fought, and he admitted defeat. At that time, he even told her that this girl had the space attribute and was stronger than him. So, Lin Xian's purpose of finding her was to protect them? Very likely. But even so, if the mysterious heaven realm meets a powerful demonic beast, it will not be able to protect them. I will also lose my life. Ling Ying thought for a moment, and then continued to fight. Ding! Your level has increased to mysterious heaven realm 10 stars. An hour later, the corpses of demonic beasts around the 5-forked road had piled up into a small mountain. The 3 of them did not know how many demonic beasts they had killed, but Lin Xian had successfully reached mysterious heaven realm 10 stars. Finally, mysterious heaven realm 10 stars. Lin Xian heaved a long sigh of relief. At the same time, most of the monsters in the surroundings had been killed. The remaining monsters that were scattered around didn't dare to come forward after seeing so many monster corpses. His realm increased. Ling Ying and Han Chushua walked to Lin Xian's side. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, it increased. I will go and break through to the lightning tribulation realm now. Help me protect it. Okay. Ling Ying and Han Chushua sighed. Not long ago, Lin Xian's realm was far lower than theirs. But now, Lin Xian had surpassed them. Ling did not feel anything. She was happy that her man was strong. However, she did not admit defeat. Lin Xian to surpass her. But he could not keep surpassing her, and leave her further and further and further and further and further. She would not allow herself to do so. Ding! Do you want to spend 8 million male god points? Before this, Lin Xian had already exchanged 3 heavenly star fruits. One for himself, one for Miao Xiaomiao, and one for Han Chushua. The price of the heavenly star fruit doubled. The first one was 1 million, the second one was 2 million, the third one was 4 million, and now the fourth one was 8 million. Fortunately, he had earned quite a bit. After spending 8 million, he still had 30 million left. She had been saving it all this time. Even the prize will had not been used for a long time. It was all for emergencies. If she really needed the Adonis points, and they were gone, that would be the most unbearable moment. Moreover, Lin Xian still had one left for Ling Ying. When the time came, he would spend 16 million to get one for her, so that she could break through to the lightning tribulation realm. However, it did not matter. It was only 10 million male god points. After he had sex with Han Chushua, he could easily earn tens of millions. A heavenly star fruit appeared in his hand. Of course, Ling Ying and Han Chushua recognized it. Ling Longyue, who was under the street lamp, glanced at it. What fruit is that? It looks delicious. She looked at the potato chips in her hand, and then carefully looked at the fruit in Lin Xian's hand. Then, she watched as Lin Xian devoured the tasty fruit with her own eyes. A terrifying force exploded from Lin Xian's body. I'm so envious. Ling Ying took 2 steps back. But this fruit is so scary. It could easily help me break through to the mysterious heaven realm from the mysterious body realm, and even help Lin Xian break through to the lightning tribulation realm from the mysterious heaven realm. What is this fruit? As expected, the things in the hands of a virtuous stage expert are incomprehensible. Han Chushua sighed. Yes, but Ling Longyue should know. After all, she is Ling Longshue's sister. Lin Xian said that the heavenly star fruit was given to him by Ling Longshue. However, Ling Longyue really did not know. Ling Longshue probably did not know either. This fruit was given to Lin Xian by the male god system. Ling Longyue was still in shock. What fruit is that? It can actually help him break through to the lightning tribulation realm. Ling Longyue's mouth was slightly open. In fact, she had seen many heaven and earth spirit objects that could help a person break through to the next realm. There were even heaven and earth spirit objects that could help her break through to the next realm. However, she was very clear how rare such heaven and earth spirit objects were. Most of them could not be touched directly, and required a special method to pluck them. Even if they were plucked, they could not be held with their physical body, because they could not bear the weight. Therefore, for such a soft fruit, she could not even feel any spiritual energy from it. Lin Xian could even hold it easily, and eat it to break through to the lightning tribulation realm. She really did not know about this fruit. At this moment, Lin Xian's aura was still rising. The change from the mysterious heaven realm to the lightning tribulation realm was the change from a stinky brother to a male god. The difference in combat strength was too big. Ling Longyue landed beside Lin Xian and poked his face with her small hand. Lin Xian opened his eyes and exhaled a mouthful of turbid air. His eyes flashed. This feeling, it was too good. No wonder so many people were willing to take shortcuts for strength. Qin Xiaotian, or rather, all the members of the Evil Fiend Hall. The feeling of strength was really irresistible. The change from the mysterious heaven realm to the lightning tribulation realm was a qualitative leap. The difference in strength was close to 10 times. This was also why it was so difficult to fight across realms. The higher the realm, the greater the gap between realms. Right now, Lin Xian felt that the lethality of his Earth realm martial skill was already heaven-defying. There was a feeling of invincibility, but it was still okay. After all, he had once felt the power of the domain realm. That was the true abnormal. The lightning tribulation realm might be a new beginning. How is it? Ling Ying asked expectantly. Very good. I feel like I can go from 1.5 hours to 3 hours. Lin Xian said with a smile. What do you mean? Han Qishua looked at Lin Xian with a puzzled face. What did this metaphor mean? However, Ling Ying understood. Damn Lin Yang. 3 hours. Did he not treat her as a human? Who could bear it? Go to hell. Bastard. Ling Ying stepped on Lin Xian's foot and walked to the side. Han Qishua and Ling Longyue were stunned. Why was she suddenly angry? Chapter 509. Lin Xian really felt that he could last for 3 hours. He wasn't wrong. Ling Ying's face was red. What should she do? What should she do? She really wouldn't be able to get out of bed like this. What should she do? What if Lin Xian reached the law realm in the future? Wouldn't she? Who could withstand this? Lin Xian's mind was filled with all kinds of system notifications regarding Ling Ying, causing Lin Xian to be confused. This girl. What's going on? Hey, why are you blushing? Lin Xian went over and saw that Ling Ying's face was extremely red. Although it was dark outside, the weather was good, and the moonlight was quite bright. He could still see clearly at such a close distance. Are you blind? How is my face blushing? Get lost. Ling Ying pushed Lin Xian away and walked over to Han Qishua. Strange. Lin Xian scratched his head. Then they walked deeper into the forest. They had basically cleared out the 5 forks in the road. No more demonic beasts dared to come over, because there were so many demonic beast corpses here. Unless the demonic beast was very strong, they were confident that they would be a match for them. However, it was difficult to encounter such a situation unless they were in the lightning tribulation realm. What fruit is that? Ling Longyue asked curiously. Heavenly star fruit. Lin Xian replied. Heavenly star fruit. I've never heard of it. Is there anything else? No. Oh, go back and ask sister. She should know. In fact, Lin Xian also wanted to know if the heavenly star fruit existed in this world. Did the Adonis system give him something that existed in this world? Or was he the only one who had it? Yes, go back and ask your sister. Heavenly star fruit, When the time comes, tell me if she knows. Time gradually passed. Ling Ying's cultivation had reached mysterious heaven realm 9 stars. Han Qishua's ability to kill groups was extremely strong. In addition, her cultivation was originally resisting Ling Ying, so she rose to mysterious heaven realm 8 stars. In short, tonight was a great improvement for the 3 of them. It was 1 in the morning. At this time, to be honest, it was too quiet. Occasionally, there would be sounds of demonic beasts coming out of the city to look for food. The few of them rested in a corner, recovering their spiritual energy and physical strength. When are we going back? Ling Longyue was bored to death. What's the point of watching these people farm? Seriously, she was so bored that she would rather go home and sleep than hang out with them. They could fight, and it was quite interesting. Fighting would at least give them something to do. What about her? The snacks were all gone. Lin Xian looked at the time. Let's go back at dawn. Lin Xian said. Ling Longyue's face fell instantly. It was late autumn now, and there were still more than 5 hours before dawn. It would only be dawn at 6:30 a.m. Wow, she was so pitiful. Usually, it was others who served her, but now sob. What? Do you have any objections? Lin Xian glared at Ling Longyue. Ling Longyue pouted her lips. I have no objections, she said unhappily. But I'm hungry. Ling Longyue pouted her lips. Perhaps, the way to not be so bored was to eat something good. Damn. I saw that you haven't stopped eating since we got in the car. You're saying you're hungry? Lin Xian was dumbfounded. I'm hungry. You don't want to give me anything. Ling Longyue roared. Ugh. Although it was a roar, why did it feel like this girl was acting coquettishly? Actually, it wasn't coquettishly, it was just that she felt wronged. When had she ever served others? Saving people carrying backpacks and being so bored? She was even choked by Lin Xian. Now that she didn't even have anything good to eat, she felt wronged. Wow. She was so pitiful. Here. I'll give you all my good food. Lin Xian quickly took out all the food from his spatial ring and gave it to Ling Longyue. Ling Longyue's big eyes sparkled. Let me tell you, this is my little fairy's meat patty. If you don't like it, give it to me. Do you hear me? I know. Then, Ling Longyue happily kept all the snacks into her spatial ring. Holding the meat patty made by Lin Ye in her hand, she happily took a bite. Ding! Ling Longyue's favorability towards you +5. Ugh! The sudden increase in favorability made Lin Xian dumbfounded. This girl's favorability was so damn hard to increase. Previously, when he brought her to eat all kinds of good food, it only increased by 1 point. Now when he gave her some good food, it increased by 5 points. Now, it was 10 points of favorability. What the hell? Actually, it was easy to explain. This was because Ling Longyue was feeling a little wronged. She felt that eating some good food would comfort her. But there wasn't any good food. In this state of mind, Lin Xian had always bullied her. But he gave her so much good food. Naturally, she was very satisfied, and her favorability towards Lin Xian increased slightly. More importantly, the meat patty was very delicious. It would be even better if it was hot. Suddenly eating something that satisfied her, she was very happy. Why don't you give me some? I'm a little hungry too. Lin Xian saw that Ling Longyue was eating so happily. Her big eyes were so satisfied that they were like crescent moons. Then he really felt a little hungry. No, you said that you would give it all to me. Then, I won't give you anything that little fairy makes in the future. Also, don't think that I will go to your place to cook for you guys. Ling Longyue paused for a moment. Then, she quietly tore a piece of meat patty that was about the size of her little hand and gave it to Lin Xian. Here, I can't give you any more. Lin Xian. Sure. Ling Ying and Han Qishue had also brought some food with them. They were all vacuum-packed cooked food. It was rare for them to bring food out like Lin Xian, because it could not be kept for long. They had to finish it in a day. Most of the food they brought were compressed biscuits, chicken drumsticks, duck legs, duck necks, and so on. However, they were all snacks that were vacuum-packed. It would be fine even if they kept it for a few months. Lin Xian, look over there. Suddenly, Ling Ying saw something and quickly retracted her head. They were at the entrance of a small alley. Lin Xian quietly peeked out. People. On the street in front, there were 3 people walking towards them. I'm not sure. They could be martial artists who are also here to grind. Or they could be demonic beasts in human form. Ling Ying said cautiously. Ling Longyue was only focused on eating, and did not even bother to look. I'll go take a look, Ling Ying said. Be careful. Ling Ying nodded her head. Then she concealed herself. The night was the world of the dark attribute. Even if she had mastered the dark attribute, and could conceal herself during the day, it was definitely the strongest in the night. Ling Ying used the dark attribute to conceal herself, and sneaked near the 3 of them. In the next moment, a terrifying force rushed towards the concealed Ling Ying. Chapter 510. Be careful. Although Lin Xian could not see where Ling Ying was, Ling Ying had said that she was going to check out the wind. Then, those people just happened to attack in the same direction. Obviously, they had seen Ling Ying. They could see Ling Ying, who was hiding under the dark attribute. Even Lin Xian could not detect it. So, how could they detect Ling Ying? Either she had exposed a flaw, or the opponent's realm was much higher than Ling Ying's. In that case, her concealment was nothing in front of such an expert. Therefore, when the expert released a force to attack an area, Lin Xian subconsciously thought that he was attacking Ling Ying, who was hiding in the dark. In the next moment, Ling Ying's figure suddenly appeared beside Lin Xian. Ling Ying's little face was a little pale. Obviously, she was frightened. That's right, that terrifying force was indeed attacking her. It was so fast that she could not dodge in time. That force surpassed the law realm. Therefore, at that moment, she thought that she was going to die. She really thought that she was going to die. At that moment, Lin Xian's evil look appeared in her mind. Thinking about it, it was a little funny. Are you okay? Lin Xian quickly grabbed Ling Ying's hand. I'm fine. Ling Ying did not even have time to react. How did she suddenly appear beside Lin Xian? I'm fine. Lin Xian comforted Ling Ying. Obviously, She had experienced life and death in that instant. The Grim Reaper had grabbed her and saved her. Of course, it was not Lin Xian who saved her, but Ling Longyue. Thank you. Lin Xian was really grateful to Ling Longyue from the bottom of his heart. Humph. As long as you remember. Ling Longyue then walked out. Hey! Han Chushua subconsciously shouted. I'm fine. Lin Xian said. Han Chushua held on to Ling Ying with one hand and looked at Lin Xian with surprise. I'm fine. That power just now was at least at the high level of the law realm, and it might even be at the domain realm. How could? Don't worry. Even if he was in the domain realm, it was useless because Ling Longyue was in the Empyrean realm. That's a demonic beast. When you attacked me just now, I felt demonic energy. Ling Ying regained his senses and hurriedly said to Lin Xian, Go. Ah. Lin Xian pulled Ling Ying's hand and said, Just follow me. Then Lin Xian pulled Ling Ying over. What a joke. It doesn't matter if I'm not strong enough, as long as I have someone to back me up. If not for Ling Longyue, Ling Ying would have died just now. Therefore Lin Xian was furious. Hey! Han Chushua was stunned. He knew that those were demonic beasts, and they were so powerful. Why did Lin Xian still dare to go over? Ling Longyue too. However, Han Chushua did not think that Lin Xian was a fool. Therefore she followed him. Yo, our luck tonight is really good. The three of them looked to be middle-aged men in their 40s. One of them was covered in red hair, while the other was covered in lush hair. The one who spoke was considered normal. At this moment, the three of them were looking at Ling Longyue, Ling Ying, and Han Chushua. The lust in their eyes was not concealed at all. Ling Longyue hated this kind of gaze the most. Basically, all girls hated this kind of gaze the most. Although Lin Xian was a pervert, at least he would not reveal such a gaze. Sometimes he was perverted but his eyes were still clear. That was different. This little loli is mine. The lush, burly man licked his lips as he stared at Ling Longyue, as if he wanted to swallow her alive. Our luck is really good. These few human girls are of the highest quality. Their gazes then landed on Lin Xian who was walking over. There's actually a man. Following which, a terrifying force rushed towards Lin Xian. However, they were stunned for a moment. When the force reached Lin Xian, it suddenly disappeared. Why? Could it be that the force was not released? He did not believe it, and released another force. He was sure that if he released it, the force would be able to blast this person to smithereens. However, it disappeared again. Why did the force disappear? It was simple. Ling Longyue's space attribute had transferred the force away. At this moment, they felt that something was not right. I'll give the three of you 3 breaths to kneel down and beg for mercy, and I'll spare your lives. Ling Longyue's petite body looked extremely domineering at this moment. Ling Ying and Han Chushua were not stupid. Previously, when Lin Xian said that she was in the Xiantian realm, they believed him. However, now that Lin Xian dared to follow Ling Longyue out, what did that prove? Lin Xian believed in Ling Longyue's strength. In other words, this Ling Longyue was not in the Xiantian realm. Her sister was in the Xiantian realm, and she looked only a few years younger than her sister. If she was in the Xiantian realm, it did not seem right. It was too low. However, she was definitely not simple right now. The 3 experts looked at each other and could not help but laugh out loud. A few little girls actually wanted them to kneel down and beg for mercy? Little girl, I'm afraid you don't know who we are. We are members of the demon race, members of the demon god temple. One more breath. Ha ha ha. You really don't know what it feels like to die. Time's up. Ling Longyue's beautiful eyes shone with a sharp light. Then, she lightly stomped her foot, and a terrifying force rose up. The 3 figures were directly sent flying. They did not even have time to scream, before they turned into nothingness. The 3 of them, Han Chushua and Ling Ying, swallowed a mouthful of saliva. That's right, they had not encountered many shocking things in their lives. However, they had never been as shocked as they were now. That's it. Did you use the space attribute to send them away? Ling Ying asked. No, I crushed them into nothingness. Ling Longyue said indifferently. Then, she took a bite of the meat paste cake and ate it innocently. The 2 girls, You. What realm are you in? At this moment, Lin Xian said. She is in the heavenly venerable realm. Since they had encountered such a situation, there was no need for Lin Xian to hide Ling Longyue's cultivation realm. Although they were mentally prepared, they were still very shocked. Heavens! She is so young, and she is in the heavenly venerable realm? Her sister is in the virtuality realm. Lin Xian added. I guessed it. No wonder you dared to be so arrogant in the demonic beast domain. It turns out that you have nothing to fear. Ling Ying also realized why Lin Xian dared to be so high-profile in a city like Changfeng City. If they knew that there was a heavenly venerable realm expert by their side protecting them, they would probably be as arrogant as the sky. In other words, the one who used the space attribute to save them, or rather protect them from harm, was Ling Longyue, who was sitting on the street lamp and eating potato chips. Thank you. Ling Ying looked at Ling Longyue gratefully. Without her, she would have really died. No need to thank me. I don't have much resentment for saving you guys. However, I am a little unhappy that I saved this bastard. Ling Longyue said. Lin Xian. Chapter 511. Actually, Lin Xian really wanted to say, Little girl, can you stop being so arrogant? You already have 10 favorability points, and you're still being arrogant? No way, aren't you being too decisive in killing them? Lin Xian said quietly. What else do you want? You still want to flirt with them? Ling Longyue's words left Lin Xian speechless. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were done with their shock. This girl. She's a heavenly venerable. Alright, she's awesome, but so is her sister. When the time comes, Ling Ying will have to ask Lin Xian how he got to know these sisters and who they are. They're too strong. They're not just strong in their realm, they're strong in all aspects. Ling Ying had at least seen the battle between Ling Longyue and Lin Xian. He knew that Ling Longyue's actual combat skills were very strong. At this moment, Ling Longyue looked at the horizon. What's wrong? Lin Xian looked at Ling Longyue in confusion. She's strong and can sense many things, but they can't. I'm not telling you. Ling Longyue said. Lin Xian. Tell me. No. Hurry up. No. The two girls looked at each other. Is this the heavenly venerable? Isn't she just a little girl? Who would believe that this little girl is a heavenly venerable if they didn't see it with their own eyes? That's too childish. However, this Lin Xian is even more childish than her. If you don't tell me, then don't think about what I'm going to give you. Lin Xian started this move. You think I care? Ling Longyue said proudly. If you don't care, then I won't give it to you. Ling Longyue. You're a person who doesn't keep your words. Ling Longyue said angrily. Aren't you also not keeping your words? You said that you'll listen to me. Now that I'm asking you something, you're not telling me? Ling Longyue was speechless. I keep having the feeling that this celestial venerable realm is fake, but a genuine little girl. What do you think? Ling Ying quietly said to Han Chuxue. Han Chuxue nodded. If they hadn't seen that abnormal power with their own eyes, they wouldn't have believed it. Ling Longyue then looked at Lin Xian and said, Then promise me that after today, you will give me something. Why? Lin Xian scratched his head. I save someone, won't my days be reduced? Does saving people have anything to do with what we discussed before? Isn't that your duty? Ling Longyue. Really? He was going to be angry. She was going to be angry. Then, Lin Xian smiled and said, All right, I'm just teasing you. I'll give it to you after today. Also, I want to thank you properly. Ding. Ling Longyue's favorability towards you +2. Lin Xian smiled. So to increase her favorability he had to compromise. The main thing was that she felt wronged before, but Lin Xian chose to compromise. She was very happy, as if she had won. Her state of mind was still that of a child, and she was very competitive. Ling Ying came over. Then I also want to thank you. Ling Ying thanked her. No need. Ling Longyue was very polite to girls, but to Lin Xian. I've already helped you thank me, you don't have to. Lin Xian. Ling Longyue. This person, he was really shameless. Then what did you want to say? Lin Xian asked. There are demonic beasts in front. Ling Longyue said. Lin Xian. You seem to be deliberately teasing me. Where are there no demonic beasts? Ling Longyue. I mean, there are many demonic beasts in front. Nonsense. There are definitely many demonic beasts in the city. Ling Longyue. Alright, blame me for not being detailed. What I mean is, there are more than 10 times the number of demonic beasts in front of us. Lin Xian. Gulp. Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. You're serious? Yes, there are about 100,000 of them. A heavenly venerable's perception of a few kilometers is not a problem, as long as they release their divine sense to sense. 100,000? Ling Longyue nodded. Han Xuxue and Ling Ying looked at each other. Logically speaking, what is the concept of 100,000 demonic beasts? Actually, it is not a lot. Just Changfeng City alone can have millions of demonic beasts. But one must know that millions of demonic beasts are thousands of square kilometers. What is the concept of thousands of square kilometers? Shanghai City has more than 6,000 square kilometers, with more than 20 million people living there. Tianhua City is 800 square kilometers, with more than 3 million people. But Ling Longyue said that there are already 100,000 demonic beasts in front of them. This is already a heaven-defying abnormality. Even if they killed demonic beasts for half an hour at the Five Fork Road, they would only have a few hundred demonic beasts. And in front of them, there are 100,000 demonic beasts. Are you sure? Ling Longyue nodded. It is possible. It is not less than 100,000. Han Xuxue suddenly thought of something. If it is true, it means that the demonic beasts are making a big move. Not to mention 100,000, even 10,000 demonic beasts would be a big move. And what is the big move of the demonic beasts? Ling Ying looked at Han Xuxue, and after 2 seconds he muttered, "Attack the city." That's right. There is only one reason for a large number of demonic beasts to gather. Attack the city. Attack the human city. That is very possible. Ling Longyue said softly. 100,000 demonic beasts, attack my ass. Lin Xian. Ling Ying said in shock. Are you an idiot? There are 100,000 demonic beasts in front of us. And there are 100 other places with 100,000 demonic beasts. Wouldn't that add up to 10 million demonic beasts? Lin Xian. That makes sense, let's go. Where to? Lin Xian said. Let's go and see with our own eyes. Xiaoyeye, send us there. Ling Longyue rolled her eyes at Lin Xian, and then snapped her fingers, and the few of them disappeared from the spot. When they reappeared, they were at the rooftop of a shopping mall that was tens of meters tall. Lin Xian then walked to the edge, and looked down from above, and suddenly took in a breath of cold air. How is it? Ling Ying came over, and then he was stunned. On the streets below, in the big buildings, there were all kinds of demonic beasts. They were all here, and even an idiot could tell at a glance that they had received orders to gather here. It was like a school student gathering at the field under the orders of the principal. 100,000 demonic beasts. What kind of concept was that? The biggest stadium in the world could at most hold 100,000 people. Could it be? The demonic beasts are preparing to attack Tianhua City? Han Xuxue frowned. That is very possible. Lin Xian looked at Ling Longyue and asked, Xiaoyeye, can you help me check if there are any other demonic beasts gathering in the near future? Are you treating me as a laborer? I will give it to you when we get home. Okay. Then Ling Longyue disappeared from the spot. The three of them. This girl seems to have no principles. After about a minute, Ling Longyue returned. Chapter 512. Lin Xian hurriedly looked at her. How is it? Ling Longyue said. Nothing. Nothing. Lin Xian slowly paced back and forth as he muttered to himself. It's not normal for hundreds of thousands of beasts to gather. But why aren't there any other gathering places? Either the beasts aren't attacking Tianhua City, or they haven't gathered yet. Lin Xian muttered to himself. But this news must be reported to the three major forces. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian nodded his head. This wasn't good news at all. If they could control the beasts, the Thousand Demon Alliance's plan of action would be much better. For example, when should they take action? But how could that be possible? A spy planted by the humans? Perhaps they could be planted in the Thousand Demon Alliance. But it was impossible for them to know the secrets of the Thousand Demon Alliance. Even Wang Jichao was just a small fry in the 10,000 Demon Alliance. But Lin Xian looked at Ling Longyue. Why are you looking at me? Ling Longyue felt uneasy when Lin Xian looked at her. It's nothing. We'll talk about it when the time comes. Let's go back first. Let's not do it until dawn today. Originally, they wanted to do it until dawn. But now they were panicking. If they attracted hundreds of thousands of beasts, they would be in trouble. Alright, we've all advanced tonight. Especially since you're already in the lightning tribulation realm. That's enough. Let's go back first. Don't you know the commander of the Divine Palace? You'd better tell him about this now. No matter if it's dangerous or not. We must let them know about this. Ling Ying said. I know. Then, the few of them began their return journey. Luckily, the car was still there and wasn't destroyed by the beasts. Because they were driving ordinary cars, they were really worried about it being destroyed. For example, those mercenary groups drove special cars that couldn't be destroyed by ordinary missiles. On the way, Lin Xian sent a WeChat message to Qin Feng. If Qin Feng didn't reply, Lin Xian would call him. Anyway, he had to let Qin Feng know about this as soon as possible. Qin Feng replied within seconds. After understanding the situation with Lin Xian, he immediately carried out the plan. This was an earth-shattering matter that couldn't be neglected. It concerned the lives of millions of people in Tianhua City, and whether or not Tianhua City would fall. If the demonic beasts were really gathering and preparing to attack Tianhua City, or one of the surrounding cities, then this matter would be huge. After returning to Tianhua City, Ling Ying went to Han Chushue's house to sleep with her. Actually, Lin Xian wanted to go to Han Chushue's place, but he had something to trouble Ling Longyue with. Originally, Ling Ying wanted to send them home first, but when they arrived near Han Chushue's house, Lin Xian and Ling Longyue got off the car. Little Yu, there's something I need your help with. Hey, bastard. You already said that I'll help you see if there are any demonic beasts gathering nearby. Why do you still need my help? You're going back on your words. Ling Longyue pursed her lips. Maybe it was because she had a good impression of Lin Xian, that she didn't talk back to Lin Xian as much as she did before. No, I'm serious. I need your help. You first. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and said, Weren't you from the 10,000 Demon Alliance? Why don't you make a trip back to the 10,000 Demon Alliance and see if you can get some important information? For example, when the 10,000 Demon Alliance is preparing to attack Tianhua City, then you can tell me. I believe that with your strength and status, you can definitely get such information from the 10,000 Demon Alliance. I'm sorry, but ever since I came to the human world, the 10,000 Demon Alliance no longer trusts me. Ling Longyue said casually. What? It's a top secret that the Myriad Demon Alliance is attacking a human city. If it were in the past, I would have been able to learn the secret. However, I've been in a human city for so long. In fact, the Myriad Demon Alliance probably doesn't trust me anymore even after 2 hours. They know? Lin Xian asked. Of course. Do you think that the 10,000 Demon Alliance is full of useless people? Do you think that the 10,000 Demon Alliance doesn't exist in your city? Do you think that the 10,000 Demon Alliance doesn't exist in your 3 major forces? Lin Xian. What the F***? After hearing Ling Longyue's words, Lin Xian was terrified. The human world was different from the 10,000 Demon Alliance of the demon race. The demon race's elites could ignore the enchantment barrier and enter. Just look at Ling Longyue and Ling Longshui. Therefore, there must be some demons in the human world. Because the human world was like this, the demon race was different. This caused humans to be unable to infiltrate the demon race. They could only enter the 10,000 Demon Alliance. Even if you managed to sneak in, the demon race would not trust a human. As for me being in the human world, the 10,000 Demon Alliance probably knew about it on the first day. Plus, my sister and I are neutral. Why would they trust me now? Although Ling Longyue is a little arrogant and doesn't seem to have a good brain, she is definitely smart. I see. Lin Xian pondered for a moment. In other words, you're no longer part of the 10,000 Demon Alliance. You're on the human side now. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. Dream on. No matter what, I'm still neutral. Don't think that I'll help you humans. Ling Longyue said proudly. This girl was even more arrogant than Miao Xiao Miao. If it's conquered, no one will make braised pork for you. No one will sell ice cream. No one will open an amusement park, no mobile games, no computer games, and no potato chips, jelly, and lollipops. Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Longyue. Then I'll help you once in a while. Ha ha ha. Hearing Ling Longyue's words, Lin Xian could not help but laugh out loud. This girl, damn, is so cute. What are you laughing at? Ling Longyue's face was a little red as she stared at Lin Xian angrily with her hands on her hips. Nothing. Nothing, ha ha. You're still laughing. Lin Xian tried to hold back his laughter. Alright, you can go back. I saw that the lights in the house are still on. They're probably still awake. I'll go home. I won't stay any longer. Hey! Ling Longyue called out to Lin Xian. You can't bear to leave me? Lin Xian smiled. You forgot what you promised me. Ling Longyue stretched out her hand to Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Here. Lin Xian exchanged for an attribute increasing potion and threw it to Ling Longyue. Ling Longyue's eyes lit up. Did he really give it to her so easily? I'm going back. Also, I want to thank you again. Thank you for saving Ling Ying. With that, Lin Xian went home. Really, Lin Xian was really grateful to Ling Longyue. Without her, Ling Ying would have been dead. Luckily, he brought Ling Longyue with him. Luckily, she reacted quickly. Ding! Ling Longyue's favorability towards you +8. Although she did not want to admit it, Ling Longyue was really happy. Chapter 513. That feeling was easy to explain. For example, if you have a friend who is very stingy, but you are already used to his stinginess. If he suddenly treats you to a big meal one day, you will definitely be surprised, but at the same time, you will also be happy and excited. This analogy might not be too appropriate, but the general idea was as such. Lin Xian originally wanted to go to Ling Ying and Han Chushua's place, but after thinking about it, he decided to go home and accompany his little fairy. Even if he went to Han Chushua's place, he wouldn't be able to do anything tonight, unless Ling Ying wasn't there. Ling Longyue looked at the medicine in her hand. It was indeed the same as the one she gave her sister. However, she still wanted to witness this moment with Ling Longyue. Moreover, she didn't have any confidence in using something, so she hoped that with her sister by her side, she would feel more at ease. The next morning, Lin Xian was awoken by a fragrant smell. He yawned and walked out. Damn! Miss Xiao. Lin Xian was stunned when he saw the figure in the kitchen. Xiao Runing's first reaction when she saw Lin Xian was to blush slightly, because she thought of certain scenes. What? Can I stay in your house? Xiao Runing pretended to be calm as she prepared breakfast. Facing Lin Xian now, she was the one who was the most unsettled. In the bathroom, Ling Yi finished washing up and walked out. She looked at Lin Xian and said gently, Yesterday, I followed Miss Xiao to learn how to fight for the whole day, and then instantly fell asleep at home. Lin Xian nodded. Luckily, he didn't enter Lin Yi's room to do anything last night. Otherwise, it would be awkward if Xiao Runing slept with her. Today, I'll bring your sister to the demonic beast domain. Isn't it too early? Lin Xian walked to Xiao Runing's side and said, It's nothing. I'm just letting your sister's little fairy experience a real battle with demonic beasts. Then, I'll bring her to a virtual battle and teach her how to fight. I'll let her fight with a spirit-focused demonic beast. Moreover, I'll be by her side to protect her, so don't worry. Xiao Runing said. Alright. Xiao Runing must have her reasons. She must use the best way to train Lin Yi. Lin Yi had started too late, but she had the advantage of being at the arcane body realm from the very beginning. Her attributes were also strong, and she also had a special physique. This physique allowed her cold energy to double, and even Xiao Runing was very envious of her. Oh, that's right. Last night, I saw 100,000 demon beasts gathered together in Changfeng City. Xiao Runing's movements suddenly stopped. What did you say? 100,000 demonic beasts gathered together? Xiao Runing asked excitedly. Lin Xian nodded. That's right. I've already told Chief Commander Qin. He'll definitely make the arrangements. Xiao Runing frowned. This is not good news. Since you've already told Chief Commander Qin, I'm relieved for the time being. Lin Xian nodded. I hope it's okay. I'm just reminding you that the demonic beast domain might be dangerous. Xiao Runing said, Don't worry. I'll bring your sister to look for some spirit focus and spirit building demonic beasts nearby. We won't go far. Okay. After breakfast, Lin Xian had nothing to do for the time being. Since he had reached the Thunder Tribulation realm, there was no need for him to go to the Sky Marshal Court. The Sky Marshal Assembly had already ended. Therefore, this should be the most relaxing time for Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian still had the Evil Fiend Temple and Zhao Mingyue behind his back. This made him very distressed. And now, Lin Xian's most important task was to woo the girls. Han Qixue was the first, followed by Linglong Shui, Linglong Yu, and Bing Lingyue. These three girls were not difficult to woo, but they were also difficult to woo. It was all up to fate. There was one more person, Morong Qing. Last night in the demonic beast domain, this girl had sent a message to Lin Xian, saying that she had booked a room and asked him to come over. He wanted to go over. Although he knew that nothing would happen, he could woo her. Unfortunately, he was in the demonic beast domain last night. However, he did not need to pay too much attention to Morong Qing, because she was the last to trigger the mission. Now the most anxious one was Han Qixue, followed by Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. To be honest, Bing Lingyue's special feelings for Linglong Shui had gradually turned into a sisterly relationship. This made Lin Xian's plan a little ruined. I'll ask Han Qixue out again tonight and woo her. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. He had already thought of a plan. Then, early in the morning, Lu Yufan and Yi Yi asked Lin Xian to go shopping. Originally, they did not want to watch a movie, but Lin Xian requested to watch a movie, so they had no choice but to do so. Because watching a movie could pass 2 hours of free time, and they could even take advantage of each other. How comfortable was that? Especially with Yi Yi beside them. The feeling of taking advantage of Lu Yufan was even better. Are you hungry? After watching the movie, it was already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They had not even eaten lunch yet. What do you think? I'm starving. Lu Yufan rubbed her stomach and said with grievance. Lu Yufan did not really want to watch a movie. It was fine if she watched it alone with Lin Xian. But with Yi Yi around, she wanted to go shopping, eat good food, play all kinds of games, go to some esports centers and so on. Then, she was dragged by Lin Xian to watch a movie. It was fine if they watched a movie, but this guy kept taking advantage of her. The person sitting next to her was Yi Yi. She was also afraid of being found out, so she did not have the mood to watch the movie. Moreover, she was hungry. I'm a little hungry too. Yi Yi looked at Lin Xian and said softly, Let's go, I'll treat you guys to a big meal. Big meal? How big of a meal is it? Lu Yufan's big eyes twinkled like little stars. The kind in a 5-star hotel. Yi Yi thought for a while and said, We can just eat casually. Why do we have to go to a 5-star hotel? It's the same thing, but it's many times more expensive than outside. They did not lack money, but Yi Yi felt that it was really unnecessary for the three of them to go there. It was a waste of money. Lin Xian smiled and said, It's free. Ah, the two girls were stunned. Just follow me. Lin Xian smiled mysteriously. That's right. He was going to the Chen family's 5-star hotel, Drunken Pavilion, which was also Chen Cheng's family business. Why did he want to go there when Bing Lingyue and Linglong Shui went to the same place? Firstly, it was indeed free. Chen Cheng had said so at that time. Secondly, the parchment scroll was still in Chen Cheng's hands. Lin Xian had to think of a way to get the parchment scroll, because it was very important to Linglong Shui. Lin Xian had also promised her. As long as he got the parchment scroll, Lin Xian could rightfully pursue Linglong Shui. Of course, he knew that Linglong Shui would definitely not agree. However, if he pursued her in such a manner, there would definitely be more opportunities to do more things with Linglong Shui. This girl's favorability had already reached 30. It was really not easy. Linglong Shui, the void fox of the virtuality realm, was so beautiful and noble. Getting her was harder than ascending to the heavens. However, Lin Xian had an advantage that no one else had. He had gone deep before. Chapter 5:14. Lin Xian had two beautiful young girls with him. One was lively, and the other was a lady from a respectable family. With them by his side, Lin Xian felt even more proud. This is the Chen family's hotel, right? Yi could be considered to be experienced and knowledgeable. When she saw Drunken Pavilion, she said softly, "Yeah." Yi looked at Lin Xian and asked, "Don't you have a conflict with Chen Cheng? Why are you eating at his hotel for free?" Lin Xian smiled mysteriously. "It's a secret." With that he walked in. Oh, still acting mysterious. He must have invited that Chen Cheng to the brothel, and then they became friends. Lu Yufan pouted. The two girls followed him in. "Welcome to Drunken Pavilion." The beautiful hostesses bowed one after another. Lin Xian took out the black card and handed it over. As employees of Drunken Pavilion, they naturally knew what the black card meant. Only the top VIPs of Drunken Pavilion could have it. But even so, it wasn't free. It was just a huge discount. Ask your lobby manager to come over. After all, Lin Xian had the black card. These conditions weren't conditions at all. "Yes, sir. Please wait a moment." Then a beautiful hostess ran upstairs. Not long after, the lobby manager of Drunken Pavilion arrived. "Isn't this young Master Lin?" The lobby manager smiled awkwardly when he saw Lin Xian. Then, he came over to shake hands with Lin Xian. He glanced at Yi and Lu Yufan beside Lin Xian. Oh my god, who is this Lin Xian? The two girls from last time were already goddess-like. Although these two couldn't compare, they were still school belles. They would definitely become even more charming in 2 years' time. 2 at a time, a total of 4. And all of them were of such high quality. Not bad. Of course, he knew who Lin Xian was. To be honest, no one in Tianhua City hadn't heard of the name Lin Xian. But whether they knew him or not was another matter. "Manager, I'm here to patronize your Drunken Pavilion again." "Ha ha ha, young Master Lin's visit brings light to my Drunken Pavilion. It brings light to my humble abode," the lobby manager said with a professional fake smile. "I remember that before I left, you said I came for free, right?" The lobby manager was stunned. F***CK. He came to dine and dash? Free. That's not right. "Young Master Lin Chen Xiaoya, I didn't say so. It's all the same. Since you, the young master of the Chen family, said that I'm free, do you understand?" The lobby manager swallowed a mouthful of saliva. This, young Master Lin. What? The words of the owner of Drunken Pavilion don't count? Lin Xian glared at him. "Of course not, this way please." He really didn't know what to do. He did say it. But he also knew that Lin Xian was Chen Cheng's enemy. Did he really have to let him eat for free? Wouldn't that be a huge loss? If he lost money, he would also lose his heart. "Where's your young master?" Lin Xian asked. Lin Xian's main purpose for coming here was to find Chen Cheng. If Chen Cheng wasn't around, then it wouldn't do. "My young master is outside. Call him, and tell him I want to treat him to a drink." Allah! Shameless, treating him to a drink? It was clearly free, but he still wanted to treat him. Okay. He originally wanted to call Chen Cheng to tell him about the situation here. But since Lin Xian said it, then he naturally made the call. "Hello, Chen Xiaoya. Your good friend young Master Lin came to Drunken Pavilion to eat." Chen Cheng was playing golf and then asked in confusion. "Young Master Lin? Which young Master Lin?" "Lin Xian." Chen Cheng. To be honest, it was true that he didn't get along with Lin Xian, but Lin Xian caught Qin Xiaotian and got rid of him. He really admired Lin Xian, but he never told him that they were friends, right? "Just come, why tell me?" The lobby manager saw that there were some things that couldn't be said in front of Lin Xian, so he opened the door for him. Then, he walked to the side and said, "Young Master Lin is using the excuse of free food that you said last time to eat and dash." Shameless. Chen Cheng scolded and then said, "Let's eat. Do you think I Chen Cheng owe him money for a meal? Give him whatever he wants. Humph, treat him with good food and drink. Let him think how generous I, Chen Cheng am. Just treat it as feeding a beggar. Go." This, Young Master Chen. He also asked you to come over, and said he wants to invite you. F***ck. What is his status and what is my status? Does he deserve to eat at the same table as me? Chen Qing spat a mouthful of saliva. He brought 2 female companions with him this time. Chen Cheng. The 2 from last time. No, I don't recognize them. But they are also very beautiful. F***ck. Chen Qing scolded angrily. Who the F***ck could stand this? What was so good about this Lin Xian? Why were there so many girls around him? All of them were so beautiful. The 2 from before could be called goddesses. Real fairies. And now there were 2 others. I'll go over now. With that, Chen Qing hung up the phone. The lobby manager was stunned. Was this Chen Qing so unimpressive? He came for the 2 girls around Lin Xian. He was the young master of the Chen family. Why was he willing to come for the girls around Lin Xian? To be honest, Chen Qing was envious. He wanted to see who the other 2 girls around Lin Xian were. Wouldn't it be great if he could win them over, or steal them away from Lin Xian? Moreover, Lin Xian was completely incomparable to him. When the time came, Lin Xian might even become a foil to Chen Qing. Following that, the lobby manager walked towards the private room where Lin Xian and the other 2 were. Lin Xian, we're having a meal. Why did you invite an unrelated person? Moreover, he's your enemy. Lu Yufan asked, puzzled. He was a little unhappy. They were clearly having a meal with their own people. If they called a stranger over, the atmosphere would be completely broken, and it would be super awkward. I have something important to discuss with him. Moreover, this person's character isn't bad. It's fine, but I'll need your help when the time comes. Oh, what is it? Young Master Lin. My young master said he's already on the way. You can order first. Lin Xian nodded in satisfaction. This Chen Qing was indeed here. There's no need to order. Just bring me your best and most expensive dishes. The corner of his mouth twitched. The most expensive food. For a 5-star hotel like theirs, they had some of the rarest ingredients from all over the world. If the most expensive food was served, it would cost millions. Yes, he agreed, but of course he wouldn't bring out the best food. Remember, it must be the most expensive. I'm treating your young master to this meal. We can't let him down. The lobby manager nodded. Got it. I'll give the order right away. Hey, wait. Do you have Lafite 82? Bring out a box first. Chapter 515. Hearing Lin Xian's words, the lobby manager's mouth couldn't help but twitch. A box of 1982 Lafite? Do you think you're drinking beer? Lin Xian certainly knew that they could lie to him about the food, but they couldn't lie about the wine. Young Master Lin, this red wine, you can't drink it like this. The lobby manager's forehead was sweating. What? I'm patronizing your business. Do I need you to teach me a lesson? Give me a box first. Don't tell me you don't have a box of Lafite in such a big hotel? I really don't. Lin Xian glanced at him and said, if you don't have it, then I'll have to find someone to verify whether this is a real 5-star hotel or not. Hurry up, it's not your restaurant. What are you afraid of? We're used to drinking 1982 Lafite. Give me a box in 3 minutes to whet our appetite. Hurry up. Then the lobby manager left the room. You're really shameless. Lu Yufan couldn't help but laugh and say, a box of 1982 Lafite? How much would that cost? Not necessarily. Wouldn't that be a huge loss? Yi said. She had seen through it thoroughly. Then delicious dishes were served one after another. These dishes looked expensive, but they were definitely not the most expensive. There might only be 1 or 2 dishes, but it was still reasonable. Damn, this prawn is half the size of my hand. Lin Xian looked at the prawns and turtles. This is called eating, okay? Bang. Hey, miss. Lin Xian called out to one of the waitresses who had just finished serving the dishes and was about to leave. What's the matter? Lin Xian said. Help me ask when my box of 1982 Lafite will be served. The corner of the girl's mouth twitched. A box of 1982 Lafite? Is this guy a nouveau riche? Okay, I'll go ask him. After about 5 minutes, the lobby manager personally walked in with a box in his arms. Yo, my box of 1982 Lafite is here. Lin Xian grinned with greasy lips. It was quite fun to eat with girls. For example, Lin Xian didn't even have to lift a finger to eat prawns. Yi Yi and Lu Yufan helped Lin Xian peel them for him. The lobby manager smiled awkwardly and said, "Young Master Lin, our hotel doesn't have many 1982 Lafite bottles left. A big crocodile bought most of them 2 days ago. We only have these 2 bottles left. The rest have been made into royal salute for you." There were a total of 6 bottles, but the price of these 6 bottles added up to 6 figures. For them, it was a huge loss, but in fact, it was only a loss of profit. For a family business like theirs, these 6 bottles of red wine were less than half a day's turnover. Sometimes a person could spend tens of millions just to save face, or tens of millions just to belittle another person. However, Chen Cheng didn't need to spend so much just for the latter. He could also do the former. Come. Let's drink this 1982 Lafite. We'll keep the rest and sell them." When the lobby manager heard Lin Xian's words, the corner of his mouth twitched. "What the F***ck? Cough. Enjoy your meal. I'll go out first." Then he walked out. Fortunately, these things didn't belong to him. Otherwise his heart would ache. However, that young master of his didn't care too much about this little bit of money. "Lin Xian, can you not be so bad?" Lu Yufan couldn't help but laugh. "Damn, you call this bad? One is willing to hit while the other is willing to be hit. You can't blame me. This meal is already very luxurious. You two better put on a good show later, and I won't make you pay." The 2 girls. Wow, this Lin Xian is too bad. After about 20 minutes, their door was knocked. "Come in." Then a figure walked in. Naturally, it was Chen Cheng. He immediately looked at Lu Yufan and Yi Yi. How should he put it? He thought that they were girls that he didn't know. If he didn't know them, it would be even more mysterious. But luckily, these 2 were the 2 school beauties of Tianhua Academy. However, it seemed that they were very close to Lin Xian. What was the meaning of Lin Xian bringing them here, and even asking him to come over? Introduce them to him? Was that possible? Impossible. But he still held on to some hope. "Oh, young Master Chen is here." Lin Xian had a happy expression. "Young Master Lin, have you fallen in love with the taste of my drunken pavilion?" Chen Cheng walked in and sat opposite Lin Xian. Ha, yes, the taste is indeed not bad. As expected of a famous 5-star hotel in Tianhua City. As Lin Xian spoke, he silently kept the 5 bottles of red wine into his spatial ring. When Chen Cheng saw this, the corner of his mouth twitched. "Hey, useless. Young Master Chen, there's nothing to drink here. Shall I pour you a cup of 82 Lafite?" "No need, I'm not drinking. I'm sick of drinking such things," Chen Cheng said. "Awesome, as expected of young Master Chen. Young Master Chen is awesome." Lin Xian gave him a thumbs up. "Young Master Lin, why did you call me here? Could it be that you want to drag Qin Xiaotian out and celebrate with me?" Lin Xian laughed loudly. Ha, yes, shouldn't we celebrate? To you, it should be a celebration. But I don't have much interaction with Qin Xiaotian, nor do I have any enmity with him. But from the perspective of a righteous martial artist, shouldn't we celebrate the eradication of an evil martial artist? Lin Xian's lips curled. Chen Cheng could not refute Lin Xian's words. He nodded. This is indeed worth celebrating. Then, he clapped his hands and a beautiful waitress walked in. "Young master, what are your orders?" "Bring me 2 bottles of good quality white wine." "What's the point of having a simple meal with red wine?" "Yes." Soon 2 bottles of white wine were brought over. Chen Cheng threw one to Lin Xian, and kept the other for himself. "What's wrong? You can't drink?" Chen Cheng glanced at Lin Xian. Wouldn't it be a joke if a martial artist can't drink white wine? Then Lin Xian poured himself a full glass. "That's right, red wine is for girls." Chen Cheng laughed. Then he glanced at Yi Yi and Lu Yufan. They were indeed campus belles. After 2 years, these 2 girls would definitely be even more beautiful. If he could get one of them now, it would be perfect. "Lin Xian, I don't think you asked me to come over for this meal today just to celebrate, right?" Chen Cheng took a bite of the food and said. Lin Xian smiled. "Of course not. Let Yi Yi tell you." Chen Sheng looked at Yi. Yi then looked at Chen Sheng and said, "Actually, I asked Lin Xian to call you over today, because I heard that you and Lin Xian are good friends." "Good friends? Good friends my ass." Yi said this to make Chen Sheng have no reason to refute. Moreover, he could not say that they were not good friends in front of Lin Xian, right? The main thing was that there were two beautiful girls here. He did not want to fall out with Lin Xian here. Chapter 516. Chen Sheng smiled and said, "Yeah, but why are you looking for me? You can just look for me in the future. You don't have to trouble Lin Xian." I'll be careful next time. It's mainly because I need your help. I'm a little embarrassed." Yi said embarrassedly. Lin Xian was secretly impressed by Yi's acting skills. She was pretty good. Every single one of them was an untapped movie queen. On the other hand, Chen Sheng was very happy. The girl had a favor to ask of him. Moreover, Yi seemed to be very embarrassed. That was very comfortable for a guy. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Although we're not from the same school, I've heard about you and seen you more than once. We can be considered friends, right? Chen Sheng said with a smile. Sure enough, there's not a single good man. Lu Yufan muttered beside Lin Xian. Lin Xian? Little Fan, isn't that a little too broad? Lin Xian whispered. Chen Sheng's attention was now on Yi. The two of them were chatting happily. Even you said it yourself. Bite me if you don't like it. No, I'm not going to bite you. Bite me. Lin Xian said with a smile. Then you'd better be careful. I'll bite you hard later. Lin Xian held back his laughter. Okay. Bite me tonight if you have the chance. Oh, Lu Yufan looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Why did he feel like he was talking about something bad? But he didn't. On the other side, Chen Sheng said, just say it. There's no need to be embarrassed. Yi secretly looked at Lin Xian, then looked at Chen Sheng and said, I don't know if you agree. Chen Sheng smiled and said, if you need help, as long as I can help you, there's no such thing as agreement. Then all right. Yi then said, actually, I also participated in an auction in the Bounty Hunter Guild. Oh, when was it? Chen Sheng asked in surprise. It's the time when you bought the Heaven's Wrath Needle. Chen Sheng didn't think much of it. When he questioned Qin Xiaotian that day, Lin Xian said that he was the one who auctioned the Heaven's Wrath Needle, so it was normal for Yi to know that he was the one who bought it. You want this Heaven's Wrath Needle? Chen Sheng asked. To be honest, if it was the Heaven's Wrath Needle, he would never give it to Yi. It was too precious. Even if Yi bought it at the same price, he wouldn't sell it. This was where Yi was smart. It was the same as bargaining. In fact, you could accept 50 yuan. But if you bid 25 yuan at the beginning, and Chen Sheng was the boss, you might end up with 40 yuan. Now Yi had to grasp Chen Sheng's mentality. Chen Sheng would mistakenly think that Yi wanted the Heaven's Wrath Needle at first. Then he would be very cautious and reluctant. When Yi said that she didn't want the Heaven's Wrath Needle, he would sigh in relief. It would be much easier to get it then. Yi shook her head. It's not the Heaven's Wrath Needle. Even if I wanted it, I don't have the money. Chen Sheng sighed in relief. Then, it's the parchment scroll from before. Oh, you're interested in that parchment scroll? Chen Sheng froze for a moment. Yi shook her head. It's not me, it's my grandfather. My grandfather likes to collect things, especially things that are old. Although the parchment scroll is only a small part of it, it should be very old. That day my grandfather and I wanted to sell it at the auction, but in the end, we didn't sell it. If grandfather likes it, then I'll give it to you. Chen Sheng took out the parchment scroll and handed it to Yi. Yi's small mouth opened slightly, looking flattered, and then said, No. You spent millions to buy it. I must spend money to buy it back. Chen Sheng smiled and said, you look down on me. It's only a few million. It's worth it to make a friend like you and make grandfather happy. Just take it as a gift from me to grandfather. Take it. Yes. Who is young Master Chen? He's the young master of the Chen family. A few million is the turnover of Drunken Pavilion in a few days. It's probably just a random car, or a collection in young Master Chen's house. People like me have to rely on young Master Chen to eat and drink here. And young Master Chen doesn't even charge me. I'm impressed. Lin Xian said, laughing in his heart. Damn it. What a pitiful man. This. Yi hesitated for a moment, then nodded and put away the parchment scroll. Then I'll thank you. I'll treat you to a meal next time. Okay, then I'll wait for your call. By the way, give me your phone number. Lin Xian, He Lu, and Fong held back their laughter, using something that cost millions to auction in exchange for Yi's phone number. Although a few million might be nothing to him. But, if he knew, he would definitely be upset. You're so bad. Lu Yufan rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and whispered. Even so, she was still holding back her laughter. Shoo. Lin Xian also held back his laughter. 10 minutes later, they left Drunken Pavilion. With the item in hand, Lin Xian didn't need to stay any longer. Chen Cheng was still happily saying goodbye to Yi. Here. On the way, Yi handed the parchment scroll to Lin Xian. Lin Xian took it with a smile. Thanks, I owe you one. It's fine. I'm just a little embarrassed. After all, you tricked him. Not really, Lin Xian said. Lin Xian said. When the time comes, you can just go and ask him to treat you to a meal. Then you won't be tricking him, right? At most, you can just treat it as him spending millions to treat you to a meal. Yi. All right. Hey, how can you encourage Yi to go on a date with another man? What if something happens to her? Lu Yufan was unhappy. If there's no other way, I'll go too, okay? He didn't say that Yi can't bring me. You're so bad. He'll explode when the time comes. Lu Yufan couldn't help but laugh again. Lin Xian put away the parchment scroll. Thank you, headquarters. I'll treat you to a good meal another day. You said it. Lu Yufan said. I didn't tell you, I told Yi. What did you help me with? Other than eating and drinking there. What else did you do? Lu Yufan. Bastard. Do you think I won't tell Chen Qing? Lu Yufan threatened. Go. I won't send you off. Then Lin Xian walked away. Look at him. Lu Yufan pointed at Lin Xian aggrievedly and stomped her little feet. Yi smiled and said, Are you not used to it yet? Ugh. I just don't feel good. Lin Xian had already gone to Linglong Shue's house. Chapter 517. In Linglong Shue's house, Lin Xian was sitting with his legs crossed. He had just received a cup of tea from Linglong Shue. Linglong Yue's space attribute had also reached large success. Although she didn't seem to care much about it on the surface, she was still very happy at this moment. It wasn't easy for Lin Xian's favorability towards her to reach 20 points. He had sacrificed a lot for it. When her space attribute reached the large success stage, she added another 5 points. Now, she had 25 favorability towards Linglong Shue 30 points. As for Bing Lingyue, he could not see her. She was very special, but it should not be too low. It should not be lower than 10, right? But thinking about it, Lin Xian did not seem to have purposely increased Bing Lingyue's favorability. Thinking about it, he felt a little embarrassed. He had tried to hit on Han Chuxue, and now he was chatting with Ling Longyu. It was only with Bing Lingyue that he did not talk much. She was always smiling at them from the side. She had a sense of déjà vu like Linya, which was quite good. Space attribute has reached the large success stage. Lin Xian looked at Ling Longyu and rolled his eyes. This little girl was smiling like a flower. What does it have to do with you? Ling Longyu saw Lin Xian looking at her, and immediately became arrogant. However, the smile on her face did not disappear. I say, little Ling Long, you have to control your younger sister. Saying one thing and thinking another is too serious. In the future, if a guy confesses to her and she likes that guy too, she might say one thing and pretend to reject him. In a few days, she might see the guy she likes holding another girl's hand and going shopping. By then, it would be too late for regrets. We have to do something about it. Lin Xian said to Ling Long Shue. It is impossible for me to like a guy. Guys are all pigs. Ling Longyu said proudly. Lin Xian looked at her in shock. He then looked at Ling Longyu and said, Xiao Ling Long, look at how serious your sister is now. She doesn't like guys anymore. The legacy of the Void Fox clan can only be passed down by you. Don't count on your sister. You. Linglong Yu gritted her teeth and glared at Lin Xian. But thinking about it, she was in a good mood today, and did not want to lower herself to the same level as this bastard. I thank you on behalf of you, heir. Thank you for helping her increase her space attribute to the large success stage. Linglong Shui did not mention this topic to Lin Xian. However, her eyes were sincere. Although this woman was a little rigid, cold, and difficult to get along with, she had her principles. Even if Lin Xian was weak, she would still say thank you to Lin Xian. She had said sorry before. It's okay. She's my sister-in-law anyway. We're family. Lin Xian. Ah, sister-in-law. Linglong Shui was slightly surprised. She had never heard of this term before. Lin Xian looked at Bing Lingyue and asked, Little Bing Bing, do you know what sister-in-law means? Bing Lingyue shook her head slightly. Never heard of it. She would definitely understand, but it was definitely not how it was called in her time. Alright, let me explain. For example, you are Linglong Yu's sister and you are my wife. If I call your sister, I will call her sister-in-law. I see. Linglong Shui was enlightened. However, she suddenly realized something in the next second. Linglong Shui's little face was slightly red. Honestly speaking, if it was in the past, Lin Xian's teasing wouldn't work at all. Linglong Shui wouldn't feel shy at all, and would only feel anger. However, when a girl had a favorable impression of you, teasing would be effective. Obviously, although Linglong Shui wanted to kill Lin Xian in the past, Lin Xian didn't waste his efforts during this period of time. From a negative number of favorable impression points to 30, one must know that this was Linglong Shui, not a little girl like Lu Yufan who could be easily tricked. From a negative number of favorable impression points to 30 now, Lin Xian admired himself. It was mainly because he was too good at cheating. No, it was because he was handsome. Didn't you say you would be my wife? Lin Xian smiled as he took out the parchment scroll and threw it to Linglong Shui. Linglong Shui took it. See if it's the parchment scroll you wanted. Lin Xian. Linglong Shui's attention shifted from Lin Xian's words to the parchment scroll. Yes. Linglong Shui opened it and took a look. Her beautiful eyes lit up. She did not expect Lin Xian to really help her find the parchment scroll. This was too miraculous. So, you have to fulfill your promise and be my wife. Bastard. Don't tease my sister. Linglong Shui was unhappy when she heard this. Extremely, extremely unhappy. It's none of your business. Lin Xian rolled his eyes at her. Linglong Shui silently kept the parchment scroll and looked at Lin Xian. Her face was slightly red. I only promised you that I would give you a chance. I didn't say that I would be your wife. Linglong Shui was still very rational. She wouldn't let Lin Xian's words cause her to lose her composure. Bing Lingyue leaned on the sofa, drinking tea and eating fruits. She looked like an onlooker waiting to watch a good show. Besides playing with them every day, she really looked forward to Lin Xian coming over to bicker with these two sisters. She did not know why, but she inexplicably liked watching them bicker. Alright then. Lin Xian clapped his hands and stood up. Dear, let's go out and watch a movie? Lin Xian said as he reached out and hugged Linglong Shui's slim waist. Oh my god. This top-grade girl's figure. Oh my god, it's amazing. That night was the night he was raped by Linglong Shui. Why didn't he enjoy it and feel how good this girl was? Wow. What a pity. At that moment Linglong Shui's mind went blank. It was Linglong Shui's roar that woke her up. Then, Linglong Shui's figure disappeared and reappeared a few meters away from Lin Xian. Her face was red, and she pretended to be calm. She stood there and looked to the side. You. Linglong Shui could not hold it in anymore. She stood in front of Lin Xian and pointed at him. She was so angry that she could not speak. This bastard. He took advantage of her sister in front of her again. Ah. So angry. What about you? This is a private matter between me and your sister. Why are you meddling in it? Go away and play with the sand. Linglong Yu was angry, but she could not do anything. To be honest, if it was in the past, she might really kill Lin Xian, because she did not have any favorability points. But now, what was the level of 25 favorability points? It was already at the friendly level. As long as Lin Xian did not do anything overboard, she would not lose any favorability points. Moreover, with such favorability points, it was impossible for her to kill Lin Xian. Linglong Shui regained her composure and said, "It's getting late. I'm a little tired. As for what I promised you, I'm only giving you a chance. It's not certain whether you'll go out for a meal or not." Wow, you're a classic example of leaving after playing with me. Chapter 518. Linglong Shui said straightforwardly, "I've never done it before. How can I say that?" Lin Xian was speechless. "I suggest you try to recall whether you've done it before or not." Linglong Shui was speechless. When she heard Lin Xian's words, her thoughts returned to that moment and she blushed. Get lost. After scolding, Linglong Shui returned to her room. She really did do it. Ding. Felt Linglong Shui's embarrassment. Adonis points plus 100,000. Ding. Felt Linglong Shui's anger. Adonis points plus 10,000. Linglong Yu and Bing Lingyue were surprised. They both saw Linglong Shui's face turn red. They noticed it on purpose, so they saw it clearly. Did something really happen between her and Lin Xian? Otherwise, why would she have such a big reaction to Lin Xian's words? Hey, what did you mean by what you said to my sister? Linglong Yu walked over and elbowed Lin Xian. She was very curious. You can ask her yourself. I'm not going to tell you. I'm leaving. I'm going to watch a movie with another girl tonight. Bye-bye. Then Lin Xian walked away with a smile. Ding. Felt Linglong Yu's displeasure. Adonis points plus 10,000. Sister Bing. This person must have done something to my sister. Linglong Yue said unyieldingly. Bing Lingyue smiled. What do you think Lin Xian could do to someone of your sister's level? But Lin Xian is too bad. Isn't your sister smart? Oh, that's true. Bing Lingyue also felt that something really did happen between Linglong Shui and Lin Xian, because she saw Linglong Shui's strange behavior. If nothing happened between them, why would she show such emotions? But she still had to comfort Linglong Yu. But even if something did happen, Bing Lingyue felt that at most, Lin Xian took advantage of her. After all, this Lin Xian was not very serious. At this moment, Linglong Shui closed the door and leaned against it with her hands on her chest. She did not know what kind of emotions she was feeling. Her beautiful eyes flashed with a complicated light. Yes, what happened that night would forever hurt her. She had been very happy these past few days. Even if she didn't think about it, she was still very happy. However, now that Lin Xian had brought it up, all sorts of complicated emotions welled up within her. Actually, it was very simple. She just had to kill Lin Xian. How straightforward would that be? Everything would end once and for all. Sometimes, Linglong Shui even regretted not killing that bastard Lin Xian back then. Now she couldn't kill him. At this moment, Lin Xian's mind was full of system notifications about Linglong Shui. It contributed a lot of Adonis points to him. But it was enough to see how tormented Linglong Shui's heart was at this moment. Lin Xian smiled, then took out his phone and dialed Han Chushua's number. This girl. It's time to make a move. Otherwise, there won't be enough time. Fortunately, the 1-month time limit of the previous mission was refreshed with the change of the mission. Now there were 20 days left. But in 20 days, he had to get Han Chushua, have sex with her, and then do it with her. Was it enough? Oh my god. It was so difficult that it was going to explode. So he could not delay any longer. He had to at least confirm this relationship first. Lin Xian realized that even though he was a scumbag, he had to admit that part of it was because of this damned system that made him like this. Part of it, to be honest, was probably every man's dream, and he couldn't refuse it. However, he really only wanted to establish a relationship with the girl in order to complete the mission and avoid punishment. Of course, this was indeed considered a scumbag. Lin Xian admitted that, but he really didn't take advantage of her too much. At least until now, Lin Xian really only had one woman, Ling Ying. The second Linglong Shui was also an accident. After that, there were no more women. Lin Xian felt that he had maintained a good style in this regard. But if there was that kind of mission, Lin Xian really did not have much of a choice. Let's do it. Hello. Han Chushua's call connected. What's the matter? Han Chushua would probably only speak so gently to Lin Xian. Even to Ling Ying, she was a little cold. It's nothing. Are you free? Let's go out for a meal and watch a movie. Before Han Chushua could answer, a shout came from the other side. I'm free. What hotel? I'll go over now. Lin Xian. This was obviously Ling Ying's voice. Damn it. Damn. Little Ying, why are you not at home all day? Why are you at Han Chushua's place every day? Lin Xian rubbed his forehead helplessly. This Ling Ying. He had ruined his plans time and time again. Hee hee. Ling Ying, of course, knew that this bastard Lin Xian was up to no good. Then, she moved closer to the phone and said with a smile, I calculated that there was a dinner party tonight, so I came over early. Hurry, what hotel? I'll go over now. Lin Xian was about to cry. This girl. No, he had to teach her a lesson. Actually, Ling Ying was not mainly because of Lin Xian. She was annoyed to death by that Lin Xian, so she could only hide at Han Chushua's place for a while. Then, she King saw Lin Xian calling Han Chushua to ask her out for a movie. CK. Why did Lin Xian ask Han Chushua out alone time and time again? Of course, Ling Ying could guess it with her toes. Bastard. She was really unhappy. No, I was just asking. I didn't want to ask Chushua out. Just asking. If there's nothing else, I'm hanging up. Lin Xian said resentfully. Surnamed Lin, do you want a hat? Lin Xian suddenly quivered. CK. That. I'm just joking. Then let's go to Drunken Pavilion. I'll get a private room there and wait for you guys. Ling Ying was satisfied. Got it. Lin Xian hung up the phone in tears. Wah. He was so pitiful. What a pitiful man. If others knew what he was thinking, they would really kill him. How pitiful could he be? CK. Welcome to Drunken Pavilion. Nighttime was the busiest time for business. After Lin Xian entered, several beautiful hostesses smiled sweetly. The lobby manager had just walked down when he saw Lin Xian walk in. He trembled. CKU. Why was this god of plague here again? Did he really think that Drunken Pavilion was a place that provided free food? CK. Yo manager. Come here, come here. When Lin Xian saw the lobby manager, he smiled and waved his hand. The lobby manager forced a smile and walked over. Young Master Lin, what can I do for you? 2 of my friends are coming in a bit. Serve the same dishes as last time. Chapter 519. The lobby manager wiped his cold sweat. All right. Please enter the private room first, young Master Lin. However, our red wine hasn't arrived yet, so we don't have any red wine. Among all the drinks, red wine was definitely the most expensive of the same grade. And it was many times more expensive. To be honest, they didn't mind this meal. But if they were to give Lin Xian a box of red wine, that would be unacceptable. So he said it in advance. As long as they didn't give him a box of red wine, Chen Cheng wouldn't care about a meal. Then let me know when there's red wine. Just serve some drinks. The lobby manager heaved a sigh of relief. On the other side, Zhao Namfeng was hugging a beautiful woman and getting high in a KTV. That's right, on the surface he looked very pure and devoted to Ling Ying. But to be honest, how many of these young masters could really keep themselves clean? With such a high status and so many luxurious things in the world, it was too tempting for them, especially when they had the ability to enjoy everything in the world. He looked at the time. It was 8 in the evening. Previously, he had asked Ling Ying out for a meal, but she said she had already eaten. Could he ask her out for a movie now? To be honest, Ling Ying was many levels higher than these so-called beauties and goddesses. Then he walked out and dialed Ling Ying's number. Ling Ying, let's go watch a movie together? It's on Avengers 8 today. Let's go watch it together? Zhao Namfeng said with a flattering smile. No need, I'm having dinner with a friend. Didn't you say you had already eaten? Zhao Namfeng frowned. I did eat, but it's a friend's invitation, so I'm the only one waiting. It'll be embarrassing if I don't go. I'm hanging up. Bang! Zhao Namfeng's fist landed on a tree. Then, he received another call. His face was filled with anger. He had long sent people to secretly follow Lin Xian and the rest. The last news he received was that the three of them were at Drunken Pavilion. It was still them. They only invited Lin Xian to a meal and not him? Zhao Namfeng finally understood. In Ling Ying's eyes he was a joke. He didn't want Ling Ying anymore. To be honest, if Ling Ying didn't like him, no matter how hard he tried, it would be useless. Because Ling Ying's family wasn't any weaker than his Zhao family. But Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Zhao Namfeng's eyes were vicious. He had pinned all the blame on Lin Xian. He was trying to think of a way to get back at them. Kill Lin Xian? This was too simple. Before he killed Lin Xian, he had to do something to make Lin Xian lose face in front of the two women and raise his status in their hearts. It was very simple. He had to use his own ability to crush Lin Xian in every aspect. Then an idea emerged in his mind. Hello, may I ask which floor is Mandarin Duck Pavilion? Ling Ying and Han Chuxue entered Drunken Pavilion arm in arm, attracting everyone's attention. Then they asked the lobby manager. The lobby manager was dumbfounded. Mandarin Duck Pavilion? Wasn't that the private room Lin Xian was in? These two goddess-like girls were here to look for Lin Xian? Damn! This Lin Xian, was he a god? This was already the sixth. Two at a time, and each time, they were goddess-like existences. It's the innermost part of the third floor. Thank you. Then the two girls walked up the stairs. Not long after, Zhao Namfeng walked in. He looked at the lobby manager and waved his hand. The lobby manager walked over. Sir, what's the matter? Get your master here. Ah, you don't understand? Get your Drunken Pavilion's master here. It had to be said that he was indeed someone of status. Zhao Namfeng's tone and actions made the lobby manager feel that this person was not simple. He felt that he could not persuade him, so he could only get Chen Cheng to come over. Chen Cheng was waiting for Yi Yi to treat him to a meal. Today was quite a beautiful day, so he eagerly came over. I heard you were looking for me? Chen Cheng looked at Zhao Namfeng, who was not much older than him by 1 or 2 years. They were almost the same age. Name a price. How much will you sell Drunken Pavilion to me? Allah! Chen Cheng was stunned. Ha ha ha. In the next second, Chen Cheng could not help but laugh. I say bro, you're not here to pick a fight, are you? Hurry up and leave. Sell it to you. Ha ha ha. To be honest, Chen Cheng was about to die from laughter. What kind of people were these? Zhao Namfeng said coldly, 1 billion. Is that enough? Chen Cheng was impatient. Where the F***ck did this clown come from? 1 billion? That's right. 3 billion was enough. It was a 5-star hotel. Drunken Pavilion's cost, reputation, land and business had always been operating in large quantities. The most expensive part was that as long as Drunken Pavilion did not close down, it would continue operating and making a lot of money. That was the most profitable part. But to be honest, a few 100,000 a day in net profit would only amount to 100 million a year. 1 billion was more than enough, if he wanted to sell it. Scram, scram, scram. Chen Cheng really did not want to laugh in front of him. Zhao Namfeng took out a card and slapped it on the front desk. There's 1 billion in it. Transfer it to me now. 1 billion was a huge number. But to the 8 great families of divine capital, 1 billion was just the price of an item they auctioned off. Among the 8 great families of divine capital, other than the richest Wang family, the other 7 families had assets that started at least in the trillions. And those were liquid assets. They had even more fixed assets. Why? The 8 great families had practically monopolized the most profitable things in every industry in the country. Chen Cheng. Ha ha ha, please take your medicine. Stop joking around and chase me away. Chen Cheng could not be bothered to waste time. You don't believe me? Chen Cheng said. Yeah, I don't believe you. I'm the young master of the Zhao family, one of the 8 great families of divine capital. Whether there's money in the card or not, you'll know after you try. Ha ha ha. Hearing Zhao Namfeng's words, Chen Cheng could not help but laugh. Young Master Zhao? Ha ha ha. I'm the founder of the temple. Hurry up and scram, or I'll take action. Zhao Namfeng's expression was ugly. Sure enough, this was a poor village. He did not even know who he was. He really had not seen the world. I'll give you one more chance. Transfer the card now. Otherwise, I'll forcibly purchase your family's assets. Zhao Nanfeng's aura erupted. That was the power of an advanced thunder retribution realm. Chen Qing felt this power. He did not dare to be careless. If he thought that Zhao Nanfeng was a lunatic, then a thunder retribution realm lunatic? That was not possible, right? Could it really be young Master Zhao? Go, check the money in the card. Yes. The lobby manager walked away. Soon, he ran over and whispered something in Chen Qing's ear. Chen Qing swallowed a mouthful of saliva. There really was 1 billion in the card. To be honest, he would not sell Drunken Pavilion for 1 billion under normal circumstances. But this was Tianhua City. If the demon beasts attacked the city and Tianhua City fell, his hotel would be gone for nothing. Because of this reason, adding on 1 billion, he was willing to make this decision. Enough? Zhao Nanfeng glanced at Chen Qing. You're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.